Are we live? We're here to work, and we are here with Ryan and Jahik, and we are here with me, and there's even one person that is here this evening, the most beautiful, illustrious Ma. We're all gathered here tonight for this live stream with you guys. Let's say hello to our participants as I bring down this epic music. Good evening, Ryan. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How are you? How's the noise
Great.
on from my end?
Not too noisy
Okay.
yet. We expect that there shall be more though, which is great. And what do you think that you're going to be working on this evening, Ryan?
I'm just going to be working on some of the stones that I've been kind of working from testing the preformer. So just some miscellaneous, and I'm going to try to start off here before my fingers get cold. This is a piece of the jasper that Maud sent me from Lake Verite. I'm going to see how well this piece stays together.
It probably won't.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Otherwise,
live here, folks.
then some Montana agate skins to work on if I get to them.
Fantastic. Well, that looks like a whole handful of goodies that we'll be watching get birthed this fine evening. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to tell you guys all, there's a question that I want to ask you for everybody who's watching. And you don't have to answer right now. I'll circle back. But as far as the question goes, and you can ruminate, I would love for you guys to say two things, like what got you into doing the things that you're doing right here? And we'll circle back for you, Ryan. But also, I would love to hear something that you're sure that nobody that is watching knows about you.
Oh,
so,
no.
And that's why I'm giving you a chance to think about it. So we'll go to Jahik, and you could just tell us what you're working on tonight, and I'll circle back for the killer, awful, like deep rooted questions that I just asked. So Jahik, how are you doing this evening?
Can you guys hear me okay? Because on my end, you are super choppy, and I can't understand anything you're saying.
Oh no!
I can hear you almost a little better than I can Karen.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, Ryan, you come through clear, but Karen's audio for me is inaudible.
Wondering if she has a remote mic going on.
Wow. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me check my audio. Why don't you take it away, and I'll check my audio.
Yeah, what you working on there, Jahik?
Did Mud just say something?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Let me rejoin this. I'm having some issues, I think. Hold on.
Okay.
Ryan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ma.
I can hear you, Ma. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're a little better than what you were, so.
Okay, I fixed some things. And so let's go over to Ma, and let's hear how you're doing this evening and what you're working on.
Oh, I'm doing okay. And I'm working on, let's see if I can get some light on this. I think this is unikite, but with like very little green, or, with whatever the unikite is without the green stuff. Someone help me. Oh my goodness.
What was that, Ryan?
Epidote? Well, no, it's the not green stuff that's in unikite.
The feldspars.
Yeah.
Is it like a K-spar then?
I think so. I got this from, man, my lighting is terrible, and
Potassium
I apologize.
feldspar?
I think so. And I got this from Amber. And then
Beautiful.
I'm also working on a little waterline agate. Oh my goodness. I need a new light. I'll buy one, I promise. It's a
That
little
one's so
waterline agate.
cute.
Like, I know. It's like, hello. Um, I got this from Jahik actually. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Very nice and very lovely. And thank you for sharing that with us. We'll circle back for the deep questions. Um,
Okay.
And I just wanted to really quick also say hello to it looks like Allison is in the house, Rufo Tris Rooted Rockhound, AZ Rockhounding Expeditions, both Julie and Brian are here this evening. Soul Adventurist is here hanging out in the chat as well. Good to see you guys. It looks like Blind Squirrel Rocks is here. That Opal guy also here, wishing everyone a happy solstice. It is, you guys. I got to ring the bell for the solstice, actually. And hopefully your audios are better. So definitely let me know in the chat how we're doing as far as that's concerned. And we will have some more participants joining up as well. So let's go ahead and check out Jahik and see if you're doing any better. Can you hear us, man?
I hear you perfectly well.
Woo! All right. And so what are you working on tonight?
I'm probably going to do a little bit on some chrysocolla for the commission that I'm doing. And then I might throw in some oddball this and that's that I'll just pick on site. I kind of operate that way a lot of the time, where I just dig through things and find something cool and get an idea and go with it.
That's awesome. It's a neat way for, I think, different people to see how different other people approach their projects in the studio. I like that flow where it's just like anything goes.
Yeah, like I said, I operate that way a lot of the time. Just get a little bit of inspiration, and I feel like I kind of thrive there most of the time. When I really try to set out and do a set of things, unless I'm like super into it, it's actually kind of difficult for me to work my way through that set.
Gotcha. Yeah. Very, very cool. I love seeing the different approaches to people's studio work. And so I'll circle back to you for your crazy answers for my questions. And I would like to also say how do to Mr. Chubby Hubby is here in the house. And it looks like, where did that go? Brian's voices in his head are arguing and he's ignoring them. So I guess that's still audio 5x5, right, Brian? And Case Bar, excellent. And so that is super cool to know about the chemical morph properties of what happens in the unakite. I love how we get to learn stuff. Like every single time we all get together, we're learning new things. At least I can speak for myself that you guys are all so full of facts and interesting things to share. So thank you for sharing your whys on here, Rufo. And I hope that it quits raining. There's a chance that we get to see some Bali this evening. And that wasn't somebody. I'm saying Bali from Chris's adventure out there overseas. So he might share his camera with us in a little bit. And we also have another special guest that shall most likely be popping in here at some point real soon. I sent y'all a link, so I hope that you saw that. They are hanging out in the chat, and I won't announce it until they come back. And I am Karen. You probably already knew that since you're hanging out right here at the Ozone Fine Art Studio. We've got my little camera over here, and we've got the big ball vise. We've got the jewelry bench pin right here, and I'm going to be working on some metal smithing, wrapping some of the stones that I intend to be setting for some Christmas gifts and some last minute things. And then, of course, some stuff will be going up on the website too. So that's what I'm going to be up to. So the questions were, how did you get into this? And you can make it a quick question or answer. How did you get into doing the kind of lapidary? It can be whatever kind of answer you want, but I think it's interesting for anybody who's kind of new, that is just seeing your stones and your wheels for the first time, to hear, how you got into this and what makes it interesting to you. So I'll circle on back to Ryan, since wheels aren't spinning yet, catching you at a good time. So what are your answers? And of course, the thing that nobody knows about you in the chat, or they might not know.
Okay. To start with, the way I got into it, I guess was more on the rock tumbling side. Growing up, my dad tumbled rocks all the time. He kind of got out of it a little bit as it's going. And when I was there last visiting, my dad passed away about 4 years ago. And at Christmas time, I brought back a bunch of his stuff. And while I was looking for stuff to kind of polish, I stumbled across Kyle's feeds and whatnot. And short story there with it is I kind of seen what he was doing, polishing stuff, and a few of the others, and decided to look for a couple used machines since I'm unemployed right now. And it kind of morphed into there. And the one thing that I don't think anybody here would know, that technically I was a college athlete in golf, but the story behind that is that the team needed, or the college needed, a team so that their good player could play. So they got a bunch of the rest of us to just go out there and have enough to have a team. So
Oh, that's so
technically I'm a
cool.
college athlete.
Woo! All right. And that is a poignant story. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, especially the part about your father. That's so, it's so interesting how rocks carry this huge amount of nostalgia or sentimental quality.
Growing up, there was just a lot of time. It used to be the road that went past our place was dirt, and when the road grader would go by, we'd always go out there and look for agates on the road. So kind of where my start in rock hounding was when I was little.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And it looks like we have a drop in already. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Rufo onto the stage. And Rufotris actually has a view, this beautiful view.
Hello.
Yeah. What's going on, Rufo?
Well, we're just at the end of a little monsoon here. We've had quite the rain today, but as it clears up, I'm hoping I can take y'all out there and maybe we can see a little more of the beach, and we'll go out to the big patio we have around the corner on my hotel and get a nice view of the beach as the rain lets up.
Awesome.
But I wanted to pop in for a minute while you guys were getting going before I leave my room and show you the calcite I've been getting at the beach.
And look at that sexy table underneath. Oh my gosh.
Right? Oh yeah, look at the nacre table. The whole thing is nacre.
Oh. I want that. I would be having a hard time not taking that back overseas with me.
Right? I like how the first thing you noticed is the table.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the rocks are good on
perfect.
top, sure.
No, I've been admiring this table the whole time, so I'm not surprised you did as well. The table is really cool. Yeah. Yeah, all sorts of fun little calcites. I found a few fossils, a couple little coral bits that are definitely fossilized coral. But the calcite has really great, like, I don't know, the shapes to it and stuff. Pardon me, I've got my morning voice. But
what time is it there for you?
About 8 in the morning.
Wow, 8 in the morning. Yeah, so you're
8:30 or so, yeah.
You're just having your coffee.
Yeah, we're 16 hours ahead of you, so it's actually tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, lots of clear calcite out here. It does fluoresce and phosphoresce. It's got a nice lingering glow to it. I think it's too bright in here to show the lingering glow, but look at the glow.
Oh, wow. It's definitely screaming anyway. Look at that.
Yeah, even in the daytime, this stuff pops.
Wow.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see a little phosphorescence here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nah, it's a little too bright for that, but the calcite is really fun out here. It comes in a small variety of flavors. We've got clear calcite. We've got a little bit of kind of honey orange calcite. I did find some pink, but I couldn't really break the pink out of the rock. Yeah, saw some pink calcite and white calcite.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely be going out and maybe getting some more of this because there's just endless boulders. The beach is just completely covered in this stuff. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
The cleavage plane in there gives it a false flash.
That is awesome. Did you have the foresight to bring those to-go cups, or are those from to-go boxes?
These are from my dinner last night.
Okay, you saw it here, everybody. That is like the most awesome hack.
Yep. Let's see, I can smell it. This one had chocolate sauce for the churros. This one had ketchup for my french fries, and this one had red hot chili sauce for my chicken wings.
Oh, that is so great.
I can still smell it a little bit in there.
Oh my God. Well, as though the stones couldn't get any more tasty.
Yeah, lots of great little detail. You can see the nice rhomboidal cleavage on the calcites.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be going out to all my, pretty much everyone here who knows in the community, all my Patreon members and a bunch of channel members, a lot of you guys, you're all getting boxes when I get back. I did not manage to ship them before I left. But the bonus of that is everyone who had a box coming out to them to the holidays and such will get some Bali calcite added and maybe some other goodies. Tomorrow I'm going to a gem shop and we're going to look at some faceted gems. And yeah. Now,
Those
unfortunately,
are fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, what we did find was all of the shops here charge more than in the US for grape agates and everything. Like,
wow.
When you go to Michael's and get the little $10 pieces of amethyst at like Michael's craft store, that's like $20, $30 here for a piece of Brazilian amethyst that size. And it was kind of a letdown. It's because it's a tourist area. They've marked it up a lot for the tourists. But I found a local, and I hired a local as a private tour guide outside of the hotel and away from like the companies because they pay him like $36 a day. He spends the entire day driving people around and only makes $36 a day. And I'm like, that doesn't feel right. So I'm going to give him a bunch more cash and pay him like $200 to take me around all day tomorrow. Give him a good week's worth of pay to take me around and show me some rock shops. And he's going to take us to a couple temples. We're going to tour some of the Hindu temples here, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow, so cool you're sharing. And right now you said that it's like torrential rain. Is that going to persist for you, or does it look like you might get outside?
It does it pretty much every day here. It is the wet season, so every morning we get some rain. But if you look just past that palm tree, it's the fact that you can see some ocean right out there is a pretty good sign now, and it's lightening up there. That was all kind of black this morning as the storm came and passed over us, so it's starting to lighten up out that way, which means in another hour or so, I might pop back on here and show you guys a good view. But I might bounce out of here for a little bit and just wanted to share this stuff with y'all.
Thank you so much. It would be cool, if it gets a little clearer, if you can take us for a walk. We're super down for it. And It looks like Soul Adventurous has claimed the chocolate flavored calcite, just so you know. All right. Well, thank you so much for popping in and showing us these incredible in real time live views of Bali from in the morning. And we'll check in with you a little bit later.
Of course, yeah, I'll be watching. I'll be here lurking in the chat, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Perfect. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Yeah.
And we're going to switch over to Ma, and let's hear about how you got into this stuff and what people don't know about you.
Okay. I got into this stuff. I've always made jewelry, and and I'd have to buy, what other people were making, and it was, you can only get what's out there, right? And I thought it would be fun to make things that I couldn't find myself. So that's kind
Right.
of what sparked my interest in wanting to try it myself. And then I just fell in love with it, and I'll do it forever now.
Yay. And we're so glad that you do.
Well, thank you. And as far as like things that, or a thing that people don't know about me, I'm betting that nobody would have figured that I was a cheerleader in high school.
Okay, y'all in the chat, did you guess that about Ma? I mean, surely you
No.
did. All right, shock and awe. Welcome in, Sonia. Welcome in, Jeff. It's really good to see you guys. Oliver, the curious cat. So good to see you. And love back to you from the Rock family for sure. And happy solstice to you all. And yeah, I just got the Ryan needs back in message. I saw him down there. And so Ryan is back. And thank you, Melissa, for that information. And we'll go on over here to Jahik. And how did you get into this stuff?
For Lapidary, I came across Lapidary Dave way back in the day when he first started making YouTube videos and doing polishing on a cabbing machine and things. And I saw in one of them, he said, if you want to start out doing this, make sure you like it. And, start off with like sandpaper and Dremels and things like that, just to see if it's something you really like. And so that's what I did. I went out and started with sandpaper, polishing opals, and then eventually got a Dremel and started doing more things. And I think in 2019, I went out and bought a cabbing machine. 2019 or 2020, and I've been cabbing ever since.
Wow, that is cool. I love that you started off like bare bones, that was wholesome.
Yep, had no help, had to just watch YouTube videos and figure it out, and here I am.
Ah, that's so cool. And then what would you tell everybody that they don't know about you?
Let's see.
That he was a cheerleader.
I know some of, yeah.
He was also a cheerleader.
Sorry.
I avoided sports like the plague when I was in school, but I guess I used to be a really big skateboarder when I was younger. Skateboarded all the time throughout high school and even out of high school. Yeah.
All right. Did you like street, ramp, freestyle? What was your deal?
Just streetboarding, street skateboarding.
Right on. Yeah. just some urban carnival happening.
Yeah,
Yay.
little hooligan running all over the place out in the country.
Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. And what have you got on the wheel there right now?
I have a piece of silver lace on it.
Ooh, wow, that is screaming contrast even from like being little in the picture. That is awesome. All right, and so Resort Dog has joined us. Good to see you. And Kid Curry is here as well. And we do have somebody lurking off stage who is going to be ready to join, I think, at some point soon. And so we'll keep an eye out for that. We've got the special guest revolving door thing going on here tonight. And those of you that are watching, this is an open invite. So if you guys are interested in popping in at some point, it doesn't have to be this live stream, it can be another live stream in the future. Contact me and I will send you an invite. You guys all know how to reach me. There's like the direct messages and private messages on all the socials, and so reach out and you can join us too. We would love to have you. Looks like Kyle's in the house as well as Dave, Luke. Good to see you guys. And we're gonna go ahead and, well, I think she disappeared. When I see her again, then we'll go ahead and invite. Oh, there she is. Okay, here she comes. And we have Allison Prairie Girl Rocks in the house. Yay!
Hi, everyone.
What's up, Allison?
What you working on?
You're welcome. Welcome, everyone, to the chat and to the live tonight.
Yay. What have you got on deck for us tonight? What are you going to be working on?
I have some exciting news.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm gonna turn my camera around really quick because my exciting news is in the big saw today.
Ah.
Let's go ahead and back camera. Ta-da!
Oh, wow. You've got some new oil going on.
We have got new oil in the saw. I literally just did this last night.
Ooh.
And I just let the jugs sit here and drip all night. So I'm getting ready right now to pull the jugs out and finish cutting an AZ rock that is still on the vise from before the oil change.
Wow. I don't know if there's that many things that are more exciting. You know, a new saw blade or new oil is it.
It's so crystal clear in there.
It's beautiful.
If you would see the oil in my little saw, you would I would vote for oil number one.
So Christmas comes early to Allison's saw.
Yeah, it was in dire need, really. It was bad. Let's see if I can figure out how to put the camera back around now.
And it looks like we have a super fun little nub of a cut on there. I can't wait to see what that looks like. And it looks like Love Faith has entered the room. Good to see you. And we were doing kind of like a little intro session just for, you know, I realized that some of the folks that are part of the community don't have the backstory on all of us necessarily. And so the question is, how did you get into this rock business? And you can double back. I'll double back if you want to answer another question about like what these folks might not know about you that you do. And so go ahead.
On that note, I want to make a comment on Moa's answer to that, and I bet she was a bass.
What?
I bet she wasn't a flyer or a tumbler or any. I bet she was a bass girl for the pyramids.
Dude, I don't even think we did pyramids.
What was that, Liz?
I'm trying to remember, but I don't think we. Yeah, I guess we must have. But yeah, I'm really tall, so I wouldn't have been the person that they were like tossing around for sure.
Yep, me neither. I was on the bottom too.
Oh, so we have that question answered right off the top. Well, we have two cheerleaders in here. What'll be fun is like in a future live, we can ask everyone who are the cheerleaders and who are the high school jocks and let people guess. This will be fun.
Yeah. Were you a nerd and now you're cool? We gotta know. Yeah, so how did I get into rock hunting? My youngest kid actually got me started. The grade school here takes all the kids out on a fossil hunting field trip and they walk. It's just a couple blocks to the edge of town and then it's another, you slip under the fence and it's just right over the hill. And there's a spot right there where they can go dig fossils. And it gets all the kids here really excited at just the right age for fossil hunting. And of course, they're just finding little, brachiopods and maybe an ammonite or, just common sea fossils out here, but it gets them so excited. And my youngest kid came home with a handful of fossils, and he wanted me to take him out fossil hunting more. And so we did a couple times, and Christmas rolled around and I got him a little like dinosaur kit from National Geographic where you excavate the bones out of a little clay piece and then reassemble a little dinosaur. And I also just on a whim got him a Nat Geo rock tumbler and a National Geographic meteorite kit that came with a really small piece of a real meteorite and a really small piece of tektite that you also mined out of a little plaster block. And we had a blast with the rock tumbler. It came with some rocks and we did that and it was cool. And he kind of fell out of interest to that pretty quick. But the meteorite came with an information pamphlet, and that was the first time I'd ever really thought about meteorites. So he was excited to mine the little piece out. He wore little goggles and it came with little tools and he was so excited. In the meantime, I was over there reading the pamphlet going, wow, this is fascinating. And so that's what got me into it. I started thinking to myself, how many people are actually actively looking for meteorites in the state of Montana? And maybe that's something that I should be incorporating into our fossil hunt and our rock hunt. And that was it. I was totally bit. Rock hounding with the thought of meteorite hunting also always on the burner, every time I go out. And then I found some meteor rungs and lots of pretty rocks. But I purchased my 6-inch high-tech saw mostly with the intention on cutting open my meteor rungs to learn more about meteorites and meteor rungs. And it morphed into this rock hounding hobby that, I'm extremely successful as a rock pounder. I'm not very successful as a meteorite hunter. So in order to not just get crushed every time I go out, I've managed to package the two into a really exciting hobby. So, but yeah, I've gone nuts ever since. And now I've got a big saw, I've got a flat lap, I'm tumbling, I'm doing all kinds of great things. So all thanks to my kids.
Again, it's so interesting how so many of us have gotten into it because of a family member, be it your, grandpa or your dad, mom, brother, sister, kid. That's
kid.
Such a good answer. I love it.
Yeah. Something people maybe don't know about me. I'm afraid of the ocean, and I was in 4-H when I was in school.
Oh, that's so cool, though. What a great thing. Did you have a specific animal for your 4-H, or were you kind of more in general?
I did all kinds of really fun stuff in 4-H. I was one of the first people in the entire state to try an outdoors project, and it's kind of a self-dictated thing. So you decide what your project will be. And my project was to observe a foxhole. And so I observed for months and watched a mother have cubs and watched the cubs grow up and leave the den. And so I did little things like I would approach the hole and collect some bones and, look at scat and things like that and just take notes about what I was learning. And so I did things like that. I did like shooting sports. I put my dog in. I put the neighbor's cat in. And I did really well. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that is so cool. And let's ring the bell for love. Thank you, darling. Oh, nice. Thank you for the graphics.
Yeah.
We had the alley-oop assist with Allison there. Thank you with the hearts. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and let you get to some of the cutting here.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pull the jugs out, and I'm going to mute myself because I know I'm very noisy.
All right. Thank you, Allison.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good to see everyone. Happy holidays.
Sure.
Happy holidays.
All right. And so we have Daniel Plays with Rocks is saying, had an aunt in Oregon back in the 60s that turned me on to rock hounding. And so I didn't say aunts and uncles, and I missed that. Yes, definitely. Like all sorts of family coming in and helping us get into the rock hounding. Gotta love it. And so let us, oh my goodness me. And Rufotris is asking, what is 4-H? Who wants to take that question on? It looks like Allison might be back, so I can go ahead and let her answer that question.
My hands for helping, my head for something, my heart for something, and my health for something else. So it's a farm agriculture, home ec kind of sort of thing. And it's actually a really neat club because you'll all throughout the year you're doing bookkeeping and note taking, and so that's really a good skill to have for later in life. And the ultimate goal is to have a project to show at the fair. And when you're in high school, that's great because you literally take a camper or a tent and stay because you've got projects to show all throughout. And so you literally get to, mingle and flirt and, do all kinds of fun things when you're not showing your projects. And instead of just going to the fair for one afternoon with your folks, you're required to stay. You've got
so
jobs
cool.
and work to do, but that was the ultimate goal, was to make it to the fair and then earn some money on some of those ribbons and projects that you did to take home and then rinse and repeat, do it again next year. So
awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like Blind Squirrel, no. Soul Adventurous had the head, hands, heart, and health. And so that was the question for the 4-H. And rock hounding, Huntress, thank you so much for joining us. And also, have a great dinner. A Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. All of the blessings, happiness, and faith right on back to you. Thank you so much. Gotta love all the love in this community. And let us see. I think we heard
Karen?
from, yeah.
You need to answer 2 questions.
Yeah,
How did you get
I
into
was
Lapidary, and what don't we know about Karen?
Oh, you mean I'm supposed to do this too? I was just being your trusty, rusty reporter, right?
Nope.
Now you gotta put on the participant hat.
No. All right. Let's see. What were my questions again? Okay, so how did I get into this crazy business? Well, my answer is with my grandfather and my family, bunch of rock hounds. And I come to find out actually that there were even rock hounds farther back in the lineage on both sides, that they would go out and supposed to be doing like the hunting for the family and stuff like that, but they were picking up rocks instead. And so I guess that the apple doesn't fall far from the rock pile. And and so those were my experiences. My mom took me to Gem Show and is a lapidary and a jewelry artist as well. And so, and my grandfather too. And so those two were the biggest influences. And let's see, something. I would say that I'm going to go ahead and take Jahik's answer as well. And maybe folks didn't know that I also too was a skateboarder in high school. So which were the skateboarders, which were the cheerleaders, and which were the high school athletes in this group, right? And who was on 4-H? And so that's my story. Yeah, I was just born into it. Resistance was futile. I stumbled out a polished rock. Like, I think my mom was trying to polish me while I was in the womb or something. And so thank you, Ryan, for being thorough. Like, it's only fair, right? And so let's go ahead.
Oh, I was just agreeing.
let's get an update from you. So how is your project coming along? Huh?
Slow, as usual. Gotta get
Slow
those
and
scratch.
steady wins the race.
Yeah. I spend so much time on this disc, it's ridiculous. You're all probably only going to be seeing blue for a while. But yeah, slow, steady. Keep going.
Awesome. Welcome in, Kid Curry, and Flash in Your Pan. Welcome in as well. Thank you guys for joining us. And let's see. Flash in Your Pan. Also, beach bum skater when I was young. Yeah, y'all. I imagine we would probably all be hanging out, looking for the good downhills and curbs and parking garages to go check out. Maybe somebody's empty pool. And so, gosh, the Tomcat Josh just entered in. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. And what do we have here? A Karen Creation.
That's funny.
Right? My mom prepped the Karen Creation. I love it. Thank you for that, Rufocus. I'm going to have to write that down because that's got to be a thing. And let's go over to Ryan and see how that is proceeding. How's your project?
Oh, it's not too bad. About after I dried it off, that I need to grind down the top a little bit more. So I'll go back to the 220 here just for a little bit.
Right on. That's looking good, though. And is that the one from Ma?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's holding together.
Woohoo!
So far,
It's taking a polish.
This is one from one of the little chunks. The big chunks had a lot of fractures in them. But I was hoping this one was going to stay
The
together.
post office pictures there.
Yeah, this one was looks like it was fractured but healed. Some of those others didn't have any healing going on.
Deep healing. And Tomcat Josh says, skate or die, dudes. I'd say skate and destroy. But yeah, that. Looking good. And is Vicky here too? I saw that Jeff is in the house, and hello to Vicky too. If you are hanging around, and it looks like I missed somebody else too. Mom stabilized. Wait here. Mom stabilized the Karen Creation. You guys are hilarious. I love it.
By the way, I tried to get on a skateboard once and almost broke something. So I was the anti-athlete.
You said golf though, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. The ones where you don't need quite so much coordination, I could do.
Oh man, golf is hard. Like
It
I
is.
can skate and do all these other things, and when I do love to golf, but I'm terrible at it. And so I'm usually the one like in the weeds looking for, I find like 6 balls before I find my own.
Yeah.
Go
It's a
get
good day.
extra balls. Yeah, I guess it works. And Brian, I skated, played football, and played Dungeons and Dragons. More of a misfit. Never belonged with any particular group. The weird kid everyone looks sideways at. I'm wondering. I think that you found your crowd, though. I think that's all of us. Is that all of us here, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't start really playing Dungeons and Dragons until college, and then I played even after college. So.
My husband still plays it.
There you go. Oh, that's great. And I do know this about Rufo. Still skate to work almost every day. I think this is so cool. Like, I think that for one thing, having some other modes of transportation is a good idea. How many of you guys had a skateboard in your car for when it broke down? Because I don't know, most people had a beater to start with, when you're young. And so we always traveled with like another mode of transportation in the car in case the car didn't make it. So I love that you still skate to work. I certainly would if I could. Although, I'd be skating down the hallway. 'Cause I
Yeah,
work
that's what I was going to escape from one room to the other.
yeah. Like I'm just roller girling it, like I do roller skate as well. So just not the fruit boots, but the, side by side wheels on like the old school roller skates. And yeah, I could just see me just kind of roller skating in and out of the rooms of my house. The stairs would be tough though. And it looks like Kirk is in the house. Good to see you. And oh no, I still don't fit in most places, says Kyle. Hence why I wish keep working for myself to avoid the workplace cliques.
That's
Gotcha.
okay. No one needs that noise.
It's so nice to work for yourself, isn't it, Kyle? I mean, there's like an added amount of drama, knowing that you're going to get your ends met and all that kind of stuff. But it's so nice. It is worth any distress. And Amber is here in the house. Good to see you, girl. And is saying, Brian, you are describing me. So like I said, I think that a lot of us were that person. And maybe that all sort of funnels into the rock community somehow. Not sure. All right. And okay, build it and we will come. Let's have a half pipe, or a fun little quarter pipe would be fine. Just depending on like if you got a place where we can get a little bit of lead up to it. Lava Bison is here. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And we're just talking about how we got into the rocks, and then what weird other thing does nobody know about us. But it sounds like we're all on the same page, strangely enough. This is great. All right, best group to be a part of. I would have to admit that is the absolute truth for sure. Yep. Daniel, that's not the kind of pipe we're talking about.
I guess Jahik is saying, Karen, let me in.
Oh, thank you. Jahik, you're back.
I'm back.
Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I was having some technical issues. Like the entire time Allison was talking earlier, it just sounded like choppy robot. So I had to switch platforms here, but I think we're good now.
Awesome. I'm glad that you're getting that worked out. We don't want to do without.
Oops.
And so let us switch. What are you working on now, Jahik, other than gravity checks?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, we're still on that. Beautiful. And Jahik, you are muted. Just so you know. Just in case you were talking. Like he's awfully quiet, but the stone does speak for itself.
Right.
That's really
Anyway,
pretty.
finished piece. Silver lace onyx.
Absolutely gorgeous. Fantastic. And hey, if you guys feel like posting the stuff that you finish in the Discord, like say in the show and tell, I think it would be cool for people to see, like, oh, that's what he was just working on, so, since you can probably take a picture with better fidelity than we're able to see on the YouTubes, especially if people are looking with their cameras or their phones. Sorry, of course you're looking with a camera, but what have we got there, Allison?
It was the AZ Rock Counting Expeditions rock.
So pretty. Sorry,
It
just
is
breathing.
very pretty. I'm quite tickled.
You should be tickled. But I think that's like the jam on the AZ Rock Hounding claim is just like it's all super tickly.
It's all very tickly.
The tickle claim. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, that
I love
one made me
colors.
say, ooh, when I saw it fall down in there. I was like, wow, that's pretty. Oh my goodness.
Fabulous.
Yeah, we get more of that too. At least one more cut.
Kyle, I have not found out what the maximum is, although StreamYard doesn't have a maximum for me. And so I think that we could put like a whole forum of people on here. So if you want to come on, I can send you a link. Just let me know.
Should definitely
Everybody's invited. Just come and do your thing, and we'll all watch all of this wonderful working unfurl. And you guys there at home, if you are working but don't want to be on camera, we'd love to hear what you're working on as well. It's so much fun to be able to kind of have that, like if you went to school in shop, or if you were in art school and had like a jewelry class or something like that. It's so neat to just be working with other people.
Agreed.
It's a good vibe. Oh dear. Oh, Brian, like you need to taunt us with this. Should see what we pulled off the claims yesterday.
Very tickling. Okay, well, tickle away, Brian.
Brian should know that he could go live. That's currently StreamYard Live.
Well, we could just say it.
Yeah, Brian, you can join us.
Jump on in and show us. Put your rocks where your comments are and show us.
Your rocks were
He says next live sale.
Yeah, and then there's tomorrow night. I'm kind of hoping that you'll, at the very least, taunt our eyes with a little bit of that, Brian, since you guys will be on live. And I recognize most of the people here in the chat, although if you're watching and you aren't familiar with the Arizona rock hounding expeditions, they do a live on Sundays. And that is at, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And so adjust your clocks to wherever and make sure to go and check out those lives. They are awesome. And I think they're going to be talking about snakes and, of course, rocks for this upcoming one. Kathy's Rolling Rocks is here. Good to see you.
This also is AZ material stuff I got from them. So yeah, be sure to check them out. They got some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. And they're not paying me to say that.
Fantastic. Did you say something, Dahik?
Oh yeah. Currently waiting for my box to show up from the giveaway.
Yay.
You're gonna be delighted. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think I have a little something
again and cut another slice.
Okie dokie, we'll fly on over to Ma and check in with you. How are things going over there?
Okay. I need to look at them closer and see if I'm done with this, but yeah, I wish I could get the light to work well.
Oh, that looks awesome. I feel like that would look great with like a stripy sweater.
It really would.
and like all opposing stripes, like a different kind of stripy sweater with a different kind of like a stripy scarf, maybe a different kind of stripy hat. Like building the whole outfit around the piece of jewelry, because that's how we roll. And I feel like I missed something. Dub is in the house. Good to see you. And
I see a comment here from Rufo, and he's talking about asking the authorities if he can take rocks. And as some of you know, I live right on the Canadian border, like right on. It's 7 miles. I could almost throw a stone. And there was a friend of mine in the grocery store today who said she just went to a craft show up in Canada, and that there was a vendor up there who had a rock display, and that she was showing them rocks under the UV, and that she was so knowledgeable, and it was just the coolest thing. And she spent most of her time at this vendor's stand. And then she realized as she was crossing the border to come back into the States, she was like, oh, crud. Like, I have rocks. I wonder if I'm allowed to do that.
Oh.
And so she actually crossed and then she's telling me this in the grocery store today, and she's like, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this because there's literally an off-duty border patrolman standing over her shoulders.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, oh, I don't care. And I said, he's not listening. And so I tell her as she finishes the story with me, I said, you actually can take rocks, especially if they're tumbled and clean. I said, now if they're dirty and they've got bugs on them, maybe not. I said, wood though, wood, no wood. And I said, unless it's like treated and stuff. And it was funny because he steps up to the register and he goes, would you like to apply for a job?
Does it pay well?
He's like, we need smart people like you at the border. He's like, you already know all the rules. So to answer questions about that, yes, you can take rocks across the border. It helps if you declare that you have them. Just say, hey, I have rocks. And let them look and make sure that they're not dirty and covered in bugs. Bugs would be their number one concern. And then again, with when I bought the saw up in Canada, I told them I bought a rock saw, and they wanted very much so to check the wood that the saw was made out of. And one quick look, the guy knew that there were no burrowing bugs or anything in this treated wood, right? And so he was like, you're good, you can go. But those are the kinds of things that they're looking for at the border. So rocks, they really don't care. As long as they're clean, way beyond through.
You know, I'm glad that came up because your results may vary just dependent on where you are visiting, and so it's a good thing to double check with the officials that you can bend the ear of wherever it is that you are traveling to and from. It's better to not get in trouble.
Now, if you're doing it for, like, let's say you went to Canada and you bought a bunch of stuff that you plan on taking down to Arizona and selling at the Tucson show. Now, yes, you do have to claim those and you do have to pay the taxes on those because you're going to go make an income on those rocks.
Right.
So there is a duty fee there. It's not unreasonable, though. So just claim that you have them. Tell them the truth. I plan on selling them when I get to the States and pay the duty on them. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, rocks that you plan on keeping for yourself, especially that you paid for and are keeping for yourself, they don't care.
Nice.
They're glad you went and bought rocks. They're like, thanks for spending your money in Canada.
Right. Like, I think that's important. That's a really, really good point to make, is that, you know, most places want the commerce. Please come and buy our rocks or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting statement there from Rufo, and that, yeah, he shouldn't have any trouble getting those home. As long as they're not saying, you know, there's a limit to how much you collect and you don't exceed that limit, you should be able to bring whatever you want back for rocks, and they should not.
Yes. Very, very good. And since Jahik had finished, you finished the one piece and now you're already almost done with the piece you're on?
Yeah.
He's so fast.
I work fast. If I can, if the material allows it. This material is just happens to allow it. It's fairly soft. But
nice.
I can give you a quick preview.
Would love to see.
Kind of interesting. I don't know the name of it, but it's a chatoyant, like metallic type material. But it's got like this beautiful copper color.
That's pretty.
So is it like chatoyant? Is that what we're seeing? Wow.
Yeah, I believe so.
What is it?
I don't know. I have only seen a few pieces of it before, but pretty
That's
neat.
very cool.
Yeah. And it would look awesome with copper. Like, I'm kind of like on a copper jag right now, and gosh, that would be so neat. Like, you know, like a silver bezel and then a copper base, like, so that there's the contrast.
Yeah.
It would be like a really neat mixed metal thing.
If
You need to get into
chat
some metalsmithing, Jahik.
Yeah, hopefully next year. That's the plan.
Nice.
If anyone in chat knows what this is, just off this tiny video, please let me know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
We've got a lot of wise eyes in. We have a lot of wise mouths and eyes in the chat right now, and so yeah, if you recognize, then definitely let us know. And it is really pretty. I mean, you know that if we don't ever know what it is, we can definitely say it is pretty. That's for sure. And it looks like Bali Lovin' Rufo is back. And so let's have a look at what you're sharing with us. Oh my goodness.
I'm just going to throw that out there. I was rejoining, so I didn't hear all of that. Was that a feldspar type? Because it kind of reminds me of some of the potassium aluminum feldspar with the flash.
Maybe.
There wasn't anything on it that directly made me think feldspar. This is pretty solidly this color.
Cool.
And material. I don't know. I'm not sure. And it
Yeah, I
catches
just joined
light
in
from
the last second to
all
see that.
sides. So I'm like flashing
It's very
it on
pretty,
the
whatever
edge
it
right
is.
now on the back. Yeah, thank you. Very consistent, whatever it is.
Love it. But yeah, you started talking about shells in the chat. I was like, I guess I could show you guys my shells. So I ran back to the room real quick and pulled the shells out. I was like, I forgot to show y'all. This one's kind of cool. It looks like little mountains.
Yes. Love that kind of shell. Do you have any of the names, or is it like that a bad question to ask?
It's not a bad question. I don't know. I'm not familiar with shells, so they're all just shells to me.
Gotcha.
This one is kind of cool. Nice
Look
big one.
at that. Oh, it's so elegant.
Still sandy. Like I said, I need to clean these out before I leave. These are just ones I pulled off the beach. But I saw there's a couple people on the beach that sell these too. So they can't be illegal for me to take home if there's people just out here selling these, you know.
Right.
Would be my thought.
You would think.
You would think. But I guess you never know.
Right.
This one was weird. It's like a mutant. Look, it grew a second layer.
Wow. That is crazy. It's like it was done and then it wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
Decided to build itself a front porch.
Something weird happened.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's all I picked up for shells so far, but I don't know if you saw my comment above, Karen. Did you want me to get some nacre for you? Because they sell the nacre pieces all over.
I did answer that it would be pretty awesome to get some colorful nacre. I've been planning some inlay projects that it would just be really cool to. Yeah, can you just hit that piece right there?
Yeah, let me just dig the epoxy out and pop that one out. And... You know, we're like Titanium Elite members here. They give us everything we want for free. We have free access to the mini bar and stuff. So who knows? Maybe they'll let me take the table home.
Yeah, I'm thinking they probably will. They're like, yeah, those guys, they were worth it. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and I had to just comment because Brian brought it up earlier. He's like, you're supposed to let us guess, but yeah, I was also one of the skaters, but also on cross country. Hung out with the football teams and the skaters, and yeah, everyone. I was definitely all over my high school, and I liked just being friendly with all the people and all the different groups. I don't know that I could ever really call myself stuck or fit into one specific group, except maybe the skaters. I guess I identified as a hippie skater, but back in those days, my hair went down to like my belly. Like,
oh wow!
Graduating year of high school, I had almost chest or belly length hair, and then kept letting it grow for a few years till it hit like my hips or so. Is about how long my hair got at its longest.
Wow, it sounds very healthy. Very healthy hair. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, here it does not like the moisture here that much. It's been just kind of, it's a pain with the moisture in the air here. When your hair's not used to the humidity.
Yeah.
My poor wife, hers is curling up like crazy. Got big old curls popping in.
It's all fluffy.
Yeah.
That's great. Awesome.
Well,
and what's the weather doing?
It's looking a little better. I'm gonna hide the camera for a minute as I go walk through the hotel lobby, and I'll take you all out to the patio.
Okay, I'll switch and we can come back when you're outside.
Yeah.
All right. And so they are gorgeous shells indeed. And we are looking at Ryan. How's that coming along, Ryan? You're almost done.
Hopefully. You get on the
Beautiful.
final wheel here. A little bit. I think my wheels chatter a little bit, and so the flat surfaces get a little wavy, but then spending a little time trying to get those out of the top. We'll see how it looks when I get the final polish here.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad that it seems like it's taking a great polish and that it is holding together, which exceeded expectations, I think.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, and Julie, the other Julie, is here in the house. Good to see you. And I hope that this is finding you warm and also hopefully working. And let's see what is going on with. That's beautiful. Allison.
One more piece off of that, and it actually really is beautiful. Let's see. We can do better. There we go. And it looks like it's getting ready to open up into a little druzy.
Oh, yeah. I see a belly button.
I like the little pink line around it. It's super cute.
Yeah.
And that was all the more I could take off of that piece. So here's the other side, and guess what? Ta-da!
Dun, dun, dun.
It's got a bot hole.
It's got a butthole!
That's great. Beautiful. And that is quite the butthole. Do you think you'll trim that out with your saw? The little saw?
I doubt it. I bet I don't know. The back I might trim up and just get some of the really grit grabby stuff on and then maybe tumble it, but I don't know yet. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is super cool. Like a smaller saw could get a few more slices off of that bad boy. There's still meat on the bones.
There is, but
Oh yeah. Ah, that is so gemmy.
you can see in there.
Woo.
They have such good material.
It's so fun. Yeah, you can see the smile on my face right now. Heck yes. I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna put those in the shaker so they're not covered in saw oil, and take another rock to load into the big saw because that was it.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that was the little nub that was left that needed at least that much for the vise to hold on to. So
beautiful. Ah, that's just gorgeous.
I'm
Such
so happy.
pretty rocks.
Yeah, that's a pretty one. Oh, let's see what else we can get into.
let us. And we've got the Rufo showing us this gorgeous view.
Yeah.
I want to dive from right there into one of those pools.
Just don't do that one because it's only 2 feet deep.
Okay. I would get even shorter than I am already.
If it gets too windy, let me know and I can turn my mic down or mute it. It is a bit windy out here right now.
The work noises are drowning that out, actually, so we're all good. Just sounds like it's a busy place in here, in this particular workstation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's calming down a little bit out there. Let me stabilize it here. Yeah, calming down a bit.
Oh, that looks nice. Look at the ocean.
Don't look, Allison.
Yeah, right? It's not
here's
scary.
Right. Well, here's something you might not know about me. I'm actually with Allison on that one. I'm actually a little scared of the ocean.
Well, I'll tell you that a healthy, respect for the ocean is better than not being afraid and being too cavalier about it, because it is one powerful mofo, you guys.
Yeah, I'll get in the water. I'm just always hyper vigilant. I've had things in the ocean touch my legs that were alive, and that's terrifying.
Yep. I feel you on that one.
I've been almost pulled out by a rip current really far out into the ocean, and that's also very terrifying.
Yes.
But overall, yeah, a healthy respect. I usually don't go much more than knee deep when I'm walking along the beaches.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be quite a shocker for folks. Oh, that's kind of a closeout wave, but it had some shape to it. Nice.
Yeah, I think the tide's changing a little bit right now, but we get a few good waves that actually are surfable. All up and down the beach here, there's a bunch of surf shacks, and you can go rent a board for like $10 a day and go
my
surfing.
gosh, that would be so fun.
I might try it Tuesday. I might go surfing. We've got plans tomorrow to go around the island. Gonna go up into the middle of the island and check out some temples and stuff, but then possibly going to go, try some surfing.
Oh, just, even if you just floundered around on the board and, took some belly rides, it would be cool to just be able to say that you surfed in Bali.
Yeah. And Daniel, It's in the 80s right now, about 82 degrees or so at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, thank you. Are you going to continue to kind of cruise around a little bit? I'm going to bring some more people into the studio, Rufo, but I can bring the camera on back to you here in a moment. But I would like to thank you so much for these looks. I can't get enough of the ocean. So it's so good to see the ocean on the other side of the world. This is great.
I'll be hanging out, and maybe by the end of the stream it'll clear up a little bit, and maybe I can go a little bit like down towards the beach and see if I get reception down there.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, let's go. Take us for a field trip. And
look who just jumped in.
Yeah, meanwhile, let's say hello.
Oh, hey guys.
To these guys who, hey, you're on, guys. It's good to see you, Julie and Brian. Hi.
Hello. What's up?
Thanks for joining us. And, this is what you get for taunting us.
Like, opening my mouth. Well, letting my fingers type.
It's all him.
I absolutely love your backdrop. I mean, who's the artist? Yeah.
I did it.
That is awesome.
It was only because Brian didn't want to put up Christmas decorations, and so I made the Grinch and Max taking down the decorations so that he didn't have to put lights on our entire house.
I put lights across half the front, and the other half was piled at the Grinch.
Nice.
Okay, I actually like it a lot.
Yeah, that's a win.
It's a compromise.
And
awesome.
Daniel didn't let anybody in. Apparently, we got here.
Are we going to see something special now? Are you guys going to treat us to an eyeful of some fun?
Well, yeah. Now, mind you, we just picked these out yesterday, and I just washed them, so we haven't cut anything yet. So this is all rough, but it's pretty awesome.
They still haven't been fine-tuned, so there's some grains.
There's a little grime, but they're mostly clean.
Coming off.
That is absolutely fine. We are an easy crowd.
Yeah, no
demanding
claiming.
But easy.
No claiming.
Why are you trying to...
I don't know.
They say it as if they're not going to be beautiful and we're not going to love them.
I know, right? We went back to this place that we called the Giving Hole because it just keeps giving us these beautiful agates.
Yeah, it keeps producing.
And so I don't know.
I'll check on it.
I see some like really fancy stuff going on already on the outside. It's like plumy, mossy plume.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
Oh my.
Little windows.
Purple.
It's the purple.
Uh-oh, purple. Nom noms.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then, we had picked up a few blues the other day, and I saw this one blue, and I was like, we don't need any more blues. And then I washed it off, and I'm like, we need one more blue.
You can't get enough blues. I'm sorry, but there's never no more blues.
My gosh, that is stunning.
Right?
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's
remember,
wow.
Brian
Turns
can always
different colors.
carry one more blue.
Bright.
Yes.
It's a little bright.
It's a little bright on it.
I'm trying. Yeah, we're dulling it down here.
Try that.
Trying here.
Oh, that's going to be a stunner.
Yeah, that is really amazing.
Yeah, little eyeballs.
Here's the back of it.
Oh,
Wow.
it's got a nice back too.
I know. Got a nice back.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun to cut.
Oh yeah.
And then this little nice nugget here.
Just
Ooh,
Jeff's already bidding. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Jeff's bidding.
so much
We're not filming these yet.
color.
Not filling him yet, Jeff. Jeff's like trying to get one up on everybody else. Got a nice.
And welcome in, Sierra Hounder. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, there it goes. So, yeah, we got some green in there, and then this nice eaty thing. Jeff's gonna die.
Well, he's getting
These are
outbid too, unfortunately.
I know, Jeff. These are Jeff's favorite. The reds.
Aw. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're really pretty.
Turn that down. It's too bright.
It might
Your
be.
reds are very special. Like all of the colors are. Like there's something about what you get off of your claims that it's like Technicolor. It's like Wizard of Oz Technicolor.
It really
stuff.
is. I mean, we have such a large variety of, you never know what you're going to get.
Lamb chop.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never know. This is a nice red with this big white fortification in there. We found another.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's like peppermint candy.
I know, right?
That is so pretty. It's like a candy cane. And you guys don't need to decorate for Christmas. You got it in your claim.
Yeah. And I don't know how well you're going to see this one.
It's way cooler than it looks.
It really is. Again, this one's from the Giving Hole. Let me see if I can find at least the corners of something that you can see.
Oh no, circle.
Oh,
Circle of death. Don't do this. Don't do this to
That was
us.
perfect.
Meanwhile, we're going to look at Ma and her beautiful.
So good at stop
I know
the
it.
feed.
She broke the internet with the rock. Oh, look at this. What do we have here, Ma?
This is that cheese bar stuff.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've never polished this material before, so it's interesting.
That is really pretty.
Thank you. And yeah, this one is. I'm just about to get to actually move on to the next disc, so that's exciting.
Oh, there's great rejoicing there.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Ma.
Yeah.
Look, they're back. Cliffhanger. Thank you, Ma.
Yeah.
Look, they're back.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
That's internet in Arizona.
Yeah, just what happens.
we just said that those rocks broke the internet, Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at that bodiness. You guys are
Yeah.
the most bot-tastic, I think, in the world.
World.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I
It's a
like
crazy
that
rock,
because
too.
it's like it's got purples. If it does have purples, right? Am I seeing that right?
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so that was like purple lasagna rock. That was
pretty
really
much,
neat.
yeah.
Yummy.
Here's
Yeah.
did we break it in
A
or
purple
no?
Cheryl's
lasagna
telling
rock.
herself to look away.
Cheryl, look away. Look away.
Yeah.
Here's another
Ooh.
Oh,
it's like royalty.
Yes, it is.
Oh wow.
Oh, I love the purple and the ochre together, like that. You know, the gold and purple.
I like the
Yeah.
big bots on top.
She likes
Yep.
big butts.
Oh my
Look at
gosh,
those
yeah,
big
that's
bots.
fun. I love it when they get that like frosty kind of look where they're not quite clear, almost satin kind of finish to them. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them shiny, and I like them big, and I like them little. But there's something kind of mysterious about that satin finish over a bot. It's like, ooh, I don't know, it's just
There-
different.
Allison, there's a song there.
There
There
for
is.
sure.
There
I'm
is a
gonna
song
write
there.
it.
All right, and then this one.
Shut the front door.
It's nothing but purple.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Wow.
That's,
Oh. That is gorgeous.
Just a big chunk of purple.
How often do you guys find stuff that's like more towards, I mean, I would say that that's definitely purple agate. And then is that like going into a purple quartz or an amethyst there in the middle?
I think they're froze-ified.
yep, it froze again.
Amber says, "Oh, be still, my heart." They are still.
Yeah, they are very still.
There, I know. Like, what did you do? What did you do? You guys are frozen. You might want to try refreshing your feed again, Brian. Yeah, keep on trying. We want to see. And meanwhile, back at Allison's in a completely different state, we see more of the AZ stuff.
Yeah. Let me just keep
the
showing
show
their
going.
stuff tonight.
Right. So
I was gonna say to them when they were still here, and maybe they can hear us, maybe they can't. Let me start with, I love you, Brian and Julie, and I feel terribly sad for you. How do you ever go rock hounding anywhere else and not be disappointed compared to the glory that they're pulling out of the giving bowl?
yeah, right.
We love rocks. We're never disappointed.
I mean, I still get excited
we're going
when
back
I find,
home.
I'm like, woohoo, I found a pet wood. And they're like, oh, we sent you some pet wood.
Oh, hey, are we back?
You're back.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
I'm over here
I was
trying to
gonna say,
write.
we love rocks. We're never
We're never
disappointed.
disappointed. Yeah, it just, wherever you go, I mean, everything's,
Yeah.
beautiful in its own way. You just have to appreciate it for what it has and what it is.
True.
And Amber thoroughly enjoyed you killing the internet, so thank you.
Keep it up.
Yeah, sorry about that. Our
killing
internet
it.
just likes to get wonky.
Yeah. It's like you've been on too long. We're kicking you out.
Yeah.
So,
You're hogging the air. You're out of here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody wants to stream their Lifetime channel.
Yeah, just 24/7.
You got one more?
All
and then
rocks
we'll
all
call
the
it.
time.
Yeah, here's one of my tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh
I
wow.
like my bots in tubes.
Wow.
My bots. My bot tubes. Two bots.
That's so cool. Wild.
Yeah, Jeff, your Kentucky stuff is pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
Don't be discounting that. I've seen some gorgeous agates coming out of there.
Yeah. I do agree. So, no, we love all rocks.
Indeed.
Yep.
That's why we go on our rock and road trip. We love to see other places and experience other rocks. So
Anyway,
With that, we were just yeah. Brian wanted to.
I will cut my fingers off in the future.
Well, we really appreciate you guys coming on. And do you want to share the 2 questions that we were asking everybody else really quick, which is like how you got into it and what they don't know about you?
Oh, well, I'm sure people know about this. I used to be an artist and a musician.
Woo!
What do you play?
Oh, me too.
Violin, viola, and piano.
Oh, that's some talent.
And I was definitely not popular in high school. Sorry, I didn't laugh out loud. I didn't care though.
I think everybody knows how we got started in the rock band. I think we covered that in a few of the
we
different
covered that.
videos. Something about me, nobody knows. I don't know. I'm an open book. I don't
I'm
really.
an open book.
I have no filter. I always say whatever's on my mind,
That
which
is true.
usually gets me in trouble. But at the same time, 99% of the other people were thinking it. They were just afraid to say it. So
I don't know. What's something that nobody
something about
knows
me that
about
nobody
you?
knows about me. There isn't much.
I don't know. Ask him a question.
Yeah, I asked.
Have you ever had any like weird ailments like giardia?
Everybody knows that one.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It's never popped
I'm
up.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I could not help it.
No, that's good. That's good. Honestly, I can laugh about it now. A year ago
Right.
at this point, I was still pretty angry.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun thing. And we were just out on the beach, and I was looking at the different rocks, and I bent down to grab something, and there was like this yard sale of a poor bird that hadn't made it through the last storm. And I was like, underneath that could be a couple big agates, and somebody on another day would just pick them up and they would have that on their hands. You know what I mean? Or so yeah, you just don't know where those rocks have been.
You don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of something about me that nobody knows, but it's not much. I mean,
You didn't play an instrument.
no.
Are you a good dancer?
I did skateboard. I raced motorcycles for a little while.
He will not dance.
I don't
We-
dance.
I have tried to get him to do like a funny video about dancing. He will not dance.
That's not happening.
All right. Draws
I
the
have
line
to
of
practice like
dancing.
And he will not sing. And he has a nice voice.
I do.
Yes.
Last time I-
Maybe
I
he
did
just
sing
needed
in
to
the
know
bucket.
he has a nice voice.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
There's
Told
something
you
about
that,
Brian
you
none
need
of
the
us
brains of
knew.
the operation. I was hired from the neck down.
So you're saying one is the Brian and one is the brain.
Yeah. Pinky in the brain. Every morning, it's, what are we going to do today, Julie?
that's really how it happens.
And it's world domination each time, right? You know?
Yeah, trying to take over the world with agates.
If only. The agates are enough. Yeah, taking over the world one rock at a time. Like,
Yeah, one rock at a time.
the hard way.
I think
So does everyone else have Pinky and the Brain playing in their head now?
Yeah, pretty much.
in the brain. Brain.
One is a genius, the other's insane.
Actually, I'm the one
No, we complement each other pretty well. If one of us isn't too up to speed on something, the other one usually is. And so it really balances itself out
Yeah, if I can't think of the word, he knows exactly what I'm thinking.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either that or
Yeah,
with the
I
think I'm having,
this works really well.
Trouble hearing with a flat lap going.
So, anyways, yeah, we've probably taken up enough of your time. If I can think of something that nobody knows about me, I'll tell you.
No. I have one more question for y'all before you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
When I come visit, Do I get to go to the giving hole?
We'll take you
Or
to
is
the
that a
giving
secret
hole.
place for only you?
I would take you to the giving hole.
Oh no, we took our people out yesterday to the giving hole.
Yeah.
Are you blindfolded when you go out to the giving hole so that you can't?
Yes, I have to be blindfolded.
Right.
It's a long walk,
If-
so you're not going to want to sneak out there.
Let's just
Okay.
say this, okay? We've been out there plenty of times, and we got lost getting there.
Yeah.
So if you can make it back a second time, more power to you.
We've been there a couple times yesterday. We were trying to remember where the heck
Lofty
it
if
was.
it was on shorter walks. than
Brian got lost
Brian-
up drainage.
Brian and Julie.
I ended up running a couple of different drainages trying to find it. Yeah, with the wrong direction. So that was fun.
So,
Something you all don't know about me. I have an incredible sense of direction.
do you? I
got
know where rocks are. That's about it.
So I have a great sense of direction. I don't know where all the rocks are.
Together again,
Together we're good.
She can get us to the rocks. I can get us back out.
Well, as long as somebody is the good compass, you know, like
Compass.
compass.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys for showing off your beautiful rocks and joining us. You
You're
guys are
welcome.
welcome.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, and we'll sit back and watch you
I'm
guys.
gonna go back to watching you guys.
Yeah.
Sweet. And happy solstice to you guys, and have a great holiday season.
Thank you.
To you guys as
To you
well.
too.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Yeah, great to
Bye.
see them. That was awesome. They
Oh,
always have the best stuff to show.
Right. And we've got me. Oh my gosh, not me. We have Ryan, and Ryan was gazing at this beautiful thing that he's working on. What do you got?
This is one of the ones that I ran on the preformer, and I think it is probably just some like picture jasper or something similar.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's taking a great polish.
It is. I was kind of surprised.
Ooh, very nice. Awesome.
Still has that
Very
kind of.
I might lose y'all, but I'm walking down to the beach to see if I can get y'all a closer look here, but I might lose you if I just.
I think he might adjust. All right, so we're going to be hopefully getting another update from Bali 11 Rufo, and Jahik. What do you have going on? Or Jahik might be looking for another rock to slay.
I was actually. Yeah, I did a couple tester rocks. One I wasn't too happy with. What was being like the composition of it, just the quality of the material wasn't that great on the piece. The other piece that I was starting to work on started crumbling out on me pretty bad. It would be this guy here, but all these little mineral cells here keep chipping out on the backside as I grind through this. So I think I'm gonna, in order to save it, I'll probably back it. I'll just stop now, let dry, back it, and then I can start going again. Because the top's holding up fine. It's just on the bottom. It keeps busting out with the pressure. So
Gotcha.
pretty cool.
That's
I did finish
cool.
that little cab.
We would love to see that. And meanwhile, it's cool that you're offering like the way that you have a solution for something like that, because some people that might be kind of on the newer end of doing the cabbing and that sort of thing might not know how to fix something like that. You know, might just ditch it because it's not working.
Yeah, stabilizing. It's a lifesaver if there's something that you really want to work out, whether that's, you know, with epoxy or something like that, vacuum cleaner going that route, or just simply backing it. If you're just having little chip outs, like an agate that's just kind of crumbling on your backside, just fix it with some backing if you can.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's got a chatoyancy kind of like tiger eye.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Okay, now that you guys can see it better in the chat, and all of you lurkers out there,
Wow.
if you know what that is, let us know.
That's
Yes,
gorgeous.
please. And it's cool. It's always all the way through on the edges, the same as it does on the front side. So pretty cool. And I really like the shape that I got with this.
Yeah, beautiful kite or diamond shape, whatever you want to call
A
it.
little bit of yellow coming through.
Yeah, I like the variation, actually. It definitely gives it some character with those field fractures and everything. I couldn't see that before when you were showing it far away. That is so cool.
Yeah.
How hard would you say that was, Jahed?
Not hard at all. Like
Okay.
maybe like a 6 or even less. It actually worked really easy. I was kind of surprised. It feels a lot like tiger eye, but it didn't feel. I don't know. It just felt kind of softer in a way, but I don't work a lot of tiger eye these days.
That's interesting. Yeah. I would love to know if you do find out what that is. I think we'd all love to know what that turned out being, because it's just such a pretty stone.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And what did you locate a stone that you want to work on, or are you gonna keep on digging?
I'm gonna keep digging for a minute.
Okay, sounds good. And we will go over here and check on Melissa. How are you doing?
Just, making things flat and shiny.
some more.
Yeah.
And in the background, I think a lot of these people have seen this, but some of the people on here, I bet, haven't, because not everybody's on Discord. But you guys can see her Christmas tree, and she's got like the best ornaments ever on there.
I'll show you.
Can we see that? Yeah.
Hold on. The cord is tangled.
Oh, wow, there we are. Like over there on your huge monitor. So cool.
Who's heavy grinding? Holy cow.
Oh, I think it might be Ryan.
Must be me. I can't hear it on there, so I'll be off here in just a minute.
You're fine. I just will mute you for a little bit, Ryan, if that's okay, and then I'll unmute you, just so that we can look at the tree. Aww. Of course, they're hanging out underneath the Christmas tree. But aren't those, like, you guys in the chat, aren't those the most beautiful ornaments you ever did see on a tree? I mean, that is like such the cool, not only way to display your cabs, but also to make ornaments for a tree. I love it.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was a fun little project to do for a day.
Yeah, everybody in the chat is telling you how gorgeous it is. Fantastic. And this from Rufotris: went to the beach and lost service. Not good enough connection down there. But thank you so much for trying, Rufo. Seriously, it was so cool to be in Bali with you. Like, what a totally unexpected treat that was. Thank you. Yes, and Brian said it perfectly. What a Christmas tree. Exactly.
How's your progress going there?
What's that?
And what you're working on? What's your progress looking like?
Oh, my progress is slow and low, but I have been, and I took off my extra camera just because we had so many people here, and you gotta love the safety glasses. Look, I have been cabbing up, or rather wrapping cabs, and so these are some petrified wood cabs that are going to be earrings here in a short while. And so the bezels are now wrapped, and it is time to prepare the bottom of the body for each of the earring pair pieces. And so I was looking over they're gonna be silver bezel, copper sheet with also some silver and copper embellishment. And so I'm working on that, like have some copper hanging around that I actually probably need to throw through the mill, which is actually that blue thing right there. If you're not familiar with metal mill, that makes flat things flatter and bigger and thinner. Or you can make wires a half round or a square in there. And so good fun to be had with that guy. And that is what I'm up to. And we'll swing it on back over to Ryan, whom I need to unmute. Sorry, dude. And what have we got going on there?
It just looks like a red jasper. I used the kind of a shield-shaped template on the preformer. So not a whole lot going on it, but kind of a nice color red.
Nice. And Rupo says there will be a nice video in a couple days of some Bali highlights. And so definitely looking forward to that. Thank you so much for sharing not only here tonight, but definitely looking forward to some of the videos. And it's been really super fun to see your Bali chronicles that you've been sharing over there on the Discord as well. So awesome. And Brian just figured out that here's something no one else outside the family knows about me. I am a serious fan of Looney Tunes, specifically Chuck Jones' work, and have collected artwork of his depicting characters. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Is that something that y'all would have guessed?
Nope.
No. That's really cool.
Oh yeah. Going over here. See. And okay, let me bring you on up here. Dude. Oh, that wasn't you? Melissa, was this you? Whose beautiful voice was that? Somebody was like, isn't that really cool? Am I hearing things? I think I'm hearing things. Oh my gosh. Huh. There's probably something else open on my computer that just I was listening to somebody.
Must have been my beautiful voice.
It was, Ryan. It was your beautiful dulcet tones. Oh my goodness. You're gonna do the Looney Tunes song for us?
It's either that or with Benny Hill. I don't know. They kind of blend together.
Yeah, we're gonna attract all sorts of copyright strikes from our accurate renditions of all these songs. And Jahik, it looks like you decided on something. What are you on to now?
1 second, please. You got
absolutely
my thing.
Sure.
This is some Verite. Like people in the Discord might have seen me work before. I still have a handful of these pieces that I need to work.
Oh goodness gracious! Wow. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, that's little micro spider webbing in there, and a lot of those like kind of greener swampy tones here to these really beautiful blue greens.
Oh yeah.
And this stuff is really hard Verite, but it is also very brittle, so it does require some backing.
Gotcha.
So
that's turning out so nice.
I believe I use steel stick for the backing on these guys. And yeah, this stuff takes an extremely high polish. It's absolutely stunning. And I just wish I had more. But I still have a fair amount to work.
Don't we always wish we had more? Like,
Yeah.
no matter how much you've hoarded up, I've got a tote of this, but I wish I had 2.
I could real quickly show a couple of the larger chunks that I put aside.
Yes,
We
please.
would love to. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, sometimes when you can cut through these layers, when it's more in the middle of the stone, you can get these cool little blooms in there.
I love
Otherwise,
the lily pads, like for me, that's pretty darn cool when you get the little patches like that.
And then it can even go into some of this cool stuff here.
Yeah, I like it when there's the color that sort of leaches in and stains.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
With a little bit of luck, I might be able to get that. This stuff is pretty brutal when you cut it. You'll get just barely in, and then pieces just start popping off. So,
Oof.
yeah. But
Wow,
we'll see.
that is gorgeous. Awesome. Amber's like, that one. Does that mean that's what you need? I know, I'm stammering too, Amber. Yes, me like that. Good. And it does look like stained glass. I agree. Just absolutely elegant.
It's killer. I bring it to some of the shows and stuff I do, and people just love looking at the finished cabs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and yet you will pay per gram part of your blood.
More like per carat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Forget about even paying for the grams.
Yeah, I've been selling it per carat.
Yeah.
And I've been getting about sometime around like $2 to $3 a carat, and I don't know if that's really an accurate pricing for the material, but that's about what I've been selling it for. It just depends on the show I'm at.
Right. Well, it sounds like you and Amber need to talk. I think she might be serious. I know a lot of people like claim stuff up when they're, watching these, and sometimes, it's a great joke, but like I think that sometimes people are like, no, I am serious. I need, like, I will give you my left arm if you give me that stone kind of thing. So you guys,
I think she's already got a box started.
Oh, nice.
And it's a good, actually coming across this material is a good lesson for people to, when you go to shows and stuff, make sure you just really take a close look at everything. All these stones that I bought were in a little glass jar sitting on this dude's table for a 3-day show. And a lot of people came through and nobody bought it. And the price for the jar was only like $20.
No.
Yeah, and like I was eyeballing it for the whole weekend, but I was trying to, make a little money first and see kind of how, because I was also selling there. And then right at the end, on the final day, I went over and asked them, and I picked it up. So it was a bit of a gamble, but it's already paid itself off by a lot. So, make sure you really look, because sometimes it was kind of hidden. It was hidden amongst all this other really nice stuff that he had, this little jar. So pick it up. And if it doesn't have a price, ask questions. Find out what someone's willing to take for something. And I've gotten a lot of really nice things that way.
Oh, that is a really good tip. Apparently, you don't want Amber's firstborn, so I guess that's off the table. But yeah, that's a good advice. Be thorough and ask questions if you see jars of things that are shoveled off to the side. You might get lucky, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, don't be nervous about asking prices on stuff that's not marked. I've I used to be kind of nervous about it, and now I just ask, like, hey, how much is this? Because, yeah, people a lot of times won't mark things, and you'll just get crazy deals, and you think something's expensive. Like, I would have thought this was expensive, and it just wasn't.
Wow. Yeah. Unreal. Like that's again, if you see those opals in a jar or,
Yes.
just a dusty jar or something, like you can always ask. I mean, it doesn't, the worst case scenario is you can't afford it, but maybe you
Yep.
can. Yep. And
Yeah.
welcome in,
I
Tiger
see
Eye.
it.
Good to see you. Keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say, since I've been going to shows for quite a while now, and since I started selling at them, I don't know if it's really surprising or not surprising at all that a lot of people just kind of scan and go. And, at first glance, they might just peek through and see if you have rough or something finished or tabs or whatever. If they don't see it, they just walk away, and so if that's how you like it, that's cool. But it definitely doesn't hurt to be thorough.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Well, you obviously did very well with your thorough appraisal. Oh my gosh, I can speak. I haven't even been quaffing anything but tea in my mousse tonight. Jeez. Maybe I need something different in my mousse.
Maybe that's it.
I know, like I have some sort of imbalance going on. How is it? Okay, you were just getting water. That's all that was. And are you back on the brown, Melissa?
Am I back on the brown?
Have you just been on the brown?
What?
Is that the brown wheel?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't
So
go back.
just doing time on the brown tonight.
Yeah, well, I was on. I went from blue to brown, so I'm making progress.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was trying to remember what color it was from before, if you had had to go back or if you were moving forward. And it's always good to hear that it's a progression.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I should add, when I say I was going to go to sell this piece, I would not charge carat weight for this because it's backed, especially with steel stick, which is a much heavier backing. I would, just so people know, I'm not going to rip you off with like a bunch of epoxy on there. So,
right, like lead epoxy, you're like carrots.
Right. Like for example, with this piece, about half of it is the actual stone, so I'll weigh it out and discount it down to some degree and get you just what the material is, or I'll just price it at a price that I'm comfortable selling it with, and that's just it. I won't charge that by weight.
Right.
That was a good clarification.
Yeah, that's good practice. Or I do have pieces that didn't need to be backed, and those ones I do sell by carat weight, but the other ones I'll just sell as a flat price. And don't let people get you on that when you're buying turquoise and things that are back to the shows.
Right? They're weighing it out and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Can you take that back off? So I'm just paying for the turquoise part? Yeah. All right. Everybody in the chat is talking about drinking coffee. Man, I would be up all night if I started coffee right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Some tea is probably still going to keep me up, but anybody who knows me knows that I'm probably still, PMing and DMing and stuff at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever experienced that.
I'm wondering, why somebody's not replying. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's like 2 o'clock and I just, DM'd that person. Whoops. Hopefully their notifications aren't on. All right, so what I'm going to do here really quick, I'm going to, that's not what I wanted, is it? No, I guess it was. All right, I'm going to throw that screen on. so that everybody can be watching all y'all at this moment, I'm going to be right back because I am going to put something different into my cup. I have resolved that that needs to happen. And Kid Curry just told me that I'm supposed to cut the moose loose right now. And so it's going to happen. So I will be I will be right back, and y'all enjoy the ambient, beautiful lapidary that's going on before your very eyes. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We'll continue.
Thank you, Tiger Eye. I don't know if Brian and Julie are still here, but I'm really looking forward to the box and the giveaway.
I think they're still here.
It'd be cool to go through that and see what kind of stuff I can cut out of it.
You're gonna love it, that's for sure.
Sweet.
Oh, there you go. It's going out Monday.
It goes out Monday. Nice. Thank you, Amber.
Let's see what this Montana agate looks like.
Pretty.
I'm gonna mute myself while I'm here on the 80 wheel.
Appreciated.
It's all good, AZ. Are you guys going to be going live tomorrow, AZ? Sweet. Snake's Head, awesome. Yep. I'm over here on the central coast of Cali. We got rattlers here. Gotta keep an eye out, especially around my house. We've had them here before, out where I work. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't ever see snakes around here. I mean, I know that there would be if I went up into the hills, but
I've come to the conclusion that they don't want to see you any more than you want to see them.
For sure.
what?
But it's really easy to get distracted when you're just stomping around, not be paying attention to your surroundings. I've had that happen plenty of times, especially when I was living in Oregon.
I got another rock cut. That's the outside of it.
That's gorgeous.
Almost goes all the way through that little juicy pocket. Just almost.
Almost.
Almost, just not quite.
Nice.
Yeah. Another one down there.
Cool. How can I forget? Do you have a cabbing machine?
I do. I have a
Okay.
flat lap, and I kind of have a cabbing machine.
Kinda?
I'll show you. I'll show you my cabbing machine.
Sure.
It's I don't think its original purpose was cabbing. I think it was
Yeah.
some kind of a grinding machine, and they just modified it. But
I love homemade lapidary equipment.
it's
Pretty cool.
pretty dang cool. Let's see. Let's go camera. Let's go back camera. Behind this magical curtain is my old Sears machine. How about stop doing the mirror thing? There we go. There.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool.
Isn't that badass? So it's really only got like 2 wheels and then sandpaper. I've got to put some sand on it. I don't know what you'd use that little wire thing for, so I never have. And then on the other side, on this side is another sanding. Sandpaper.
That's cool. Have you used it?
Heck yeah, I've used it.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen
Yeah.
any of the stuff you've done, so that's why I'm asking. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everything else. I kind of almost have like ADHD, and so I kind of bounce back and forth. This week I am working on the big saw. Next week it'll be the flat lap, and the week after that it'll be, So, yeah, I have ADHD real bad, and that just hasn't been my focus of the session lately.
Yeah, for sure.
I did a bunch of glass stuff on it last time I had it on. And it's just a beast on glass. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, old Sears machine, some kind of vintage Sears machine. So yeah, I mean, you can get stuff rusted, but you pretty much have to finish it on the flat lap anyway.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes the move is just to use the flat lap.
Yeah, for sure. Having a good cabbing machine makes a world of difference in terms of production and ease of use. Not having to go back on change out your stuff all the time, your discs and
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, that thing has saved my butt, saved some time. I've had some fun on it. My kid has played on it and done some stuff. My brother has. I mean, it definitely doesn't owe us anything. So, yet it just keeps giving us. So, we keep using it. All right, I'm gonna mute. Start another slice. of this.
Good.
See what happens. See if that opens up.
Is my machine coming too heavy? I haven't heard anyone say anything.
No, it's not bad.
Okay.
Did we lose Melissa?
We must have just. I wonder what happened to her.
Yeah, perhaps. I know that she has some dodgy interwebs every now and again too. So hopefully she will be back. Did I miss anything good? I'm sure I did. Ooh, yeah. Bam, right in your eye. That's a beautiful eyeful. Thank you. Oh, and Ma is in the chat saying, I got cut off somehow. Oopsie. Okay, come back, come back. And it looks like Rufotris also has gone night-night. And, oh, I have dogs in the studio. Hold on. I gotta get these guys out before they start barking.
We're about done with this cab. Just need to buff it real quick. Call it a day.
Woo! All right. Can't wait to see that. And yes, Ma will be back momentarily. Very nice, Lava Bison. Okay, and I'll keep an eye out for you, Ma. And those of you who are working alongside us, I would love to hear what you're working on. I know that Tiger Eye was doing some raps. And so what you rapping, Tiger Eye, if you're still around, and all y'all that are hanging out, what's on your bench pin or wheels or whatever? I'd love to hear. And Lava Bison has a question for Jahik. Stone laps or diamond, Jahik? I mean, which do you use or recommend?
I've actually never used stone wheels or anything like that. I've only, I've used bits, I guess. When I was doing some Dremel stuff, I had bought an old collection that had some silicon carbide bits. But I just stick with diamond. It's just consistent. It's easy to use. I know what I'm expecting out of it. That being said, some things do work better with silicon carbide, so wouldn't knock it. And if it's what you got, it's what you got for sure. They're still very usable. I mean, people used them for many, many years before diamond products came around.
Great advice. Thank you. And it looks like Kyle is moving equipment around and compacting space and time, which is what he does because he's a wizard. So I did ask what people are doing in their studios right now. Thank you for that, Kyle. We figured you were doing some sort of magic. He's creating, I'm sure, many, many beautiful things for us to purchase in weeks to come.
All right. Buff complete.
I like this magnifying glass reveal. This is great. Or it's your camera lens, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that is
Really
beautiful. Very
super high
nice.
polish.
Oh yeah. I really like the way that the color, the gemminess in the bottom spreads out. Like
Mhm.
that's a really, really nice, uh, like I said, kind of lily pad. I love it. And Brian's saying that's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff is awesome. Takes unbelievable polish with just a buffing oil. It's crazy.
That is just beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. And my gosh, okay, so how many stones did you do in this time that we've been hanging out?
I've worked on 5, finished 3.
Sham wow.
I mean, the silver lace and the chatoyant one, I'll have to do a final polish on still, but finished enough.
Wow. Well, congrats for being able to do so much in such a short amount of time. That's awesome.
Well, helps when the material cooperates.
Right? Yeah, some sessions that you expect it's just one stone. This will be like wham bam. And yeah, hours and hours later you're going, really?
Yeah. We've had a lot of that lately. I won't lie and say that I haven't been neglecting my shop for various reasons.
Well, like it seems like everything goes in cycles. And so you got to give it a break and hopefully like catch it on the upswing, kind of like jumping on the merry-go-round or whatever. Like hoping you don't get dragged around with it, right?
Right.
And it looks like, okay, so Kyle says just needed more room, so I have to compact. And Daniel says not in my garage, on the couch watching y'all work. Nice. Yeah, that's a good gig right there for sure. And we're gonna get to see more. I figured if I left Jaw Hiccup, then we didn't see all of it.
Well, you were talking about your lily pads, and where I just set some of the stones I was working on. I remember I saw these sitting there.
Oh my gosh! Oh, this stuff is so crazy. What is this that Clay Canyon?
Yeah, so this is the crusty parts of the Clay Canyon Verite that don't have any of the Verite. This is like crandallite and some of the other. There's quite a few minerals that are present in the material. So this is the crusty bits that kind of get ignored sometimes, but they still produce really cool cabs.
I like crusty bits.
Yeah, love this stuff. Love working it. Need to do more.
Yeah, that is incredible. And it's pretty sad that that's the castaway stuff. You know what? Like that is really, really pretty.
Yeah, I mean, just to give an idea what people do sometimes. A guy I know who lives up the road from me, he's a big mineral and resale guy. He has a sale once a year at his storage container, and I bought like 10 pounds of all that crusty stuff. Woo-hoo! Because he was cutting it up looking for the good Verite, and there wasn't any in these pieces.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I paid like $2 a pound or something. No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, something like that. Like $2 a pound for like 10 pounds of that crusty stuff. And not all of it is usable, but most of it is, and it'll produce some really cool stuff.
Heck yeah. So do you have to back that too, or is that stuff that you can just work on?
From my experience working the material, I will probably back all of it. It tends to like to crumble and come apart once you get it wet, in a sense. Like when I was chopping it up into my saw, as it started to absorb some of that water and things, it was just crumbling out. And so some of the pieces, if I do make a cut or have an exposed area that I really like, I might actually epoxy that before I take a cut of it, and then I can grind it off later or something along those lines, just to hold it together. That one's been a bit of a learning curve.
That's smart.
Got it.
Yeah, because I don't want to lose it, especially when it's good pattern, and it's just simply. But once it's done, it holds up awesome. Holds up well once it's back.
I think that we're gonna need to have a backing party. Because I remember watching you that one night, and I was like, really, I should be doing this at the same time right now, so that I just don't have that much experience with it, and it would be kind of good to just do all at the same time, to like ask questions if you have any and that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that
This
idea.
is one of those pieces. And so a lot of that really good patterns coming from the zones with like here and here, where that good pattern is. Some of this other stuff like in between, I just got it wet, so I don't know if it'll come through very well, but it's very crusty and crumbly in here. And then the same here. But, getting into some of this stuff, I'm hoping, and I might actually, I don't know, I still need to do some tests about maybe even soaking it before cutting it.
Yeah, like the other Verite, right?
Yeah, 7 Dwarfs, I believe. Supposedly you need to soak it before trying to process it. And so I might even try that with some of these pieces and see.
Right on.
Yeah. It's pretty cool that a kind of uninteresting looking rock can produce such cool patterns.
Yeah. It looks kind of rhyolitic on the outside.
Yeah, they're definitely, I don't think there's any actual rhyolite to these things. I can't remember exactly, but they do form in balls.
Oh, that's interesting. Prairie Girl, hold on a second. Let me show this off real quick, and we don't need to be done with that show and tell either, Jahik.
Oh, that's all right.
Look at that. She's
Lovely.
like screaming over there, like, look at this right now. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, fresh off the saw. You wait till I backlight this bad boy. Oh, I love all the yellows right up against that blue.
That bad boy is a good boy.
Yeah, so good.
I like it.
Good. Ready and go.
Woohoo.
That's awesome.
I believe in magic.
Me too.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
you can, Ma. And even down here.
We're just
you just ignore me. That's fine. As long as I know.
This is the first time I've heard you speak for quite some time, though. Were you maybe muted?
No.
I was.
And then the other side is, just as juicy and good. The lines in that agate, when you shine your light on it, are really pretty. It's not coming through so good on the camera, but
wow.
Yeah, I love up here. Oh.
Yeah.
Everything about that is very fun.
It kind of reminded me of Close Encounters when you were like shining the flashlight through, like from what we're seeing. Yeah, that's like very otherworldly. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm digging that. Check it with the UV really quick. I wonder if I have one. That one's dead. What about this UV?
Everybody's going, wow, gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, back to you, Jacques. Unless Ma's got something to say. Speak up, Ma.
Yeah. Ma, you have the floor if you need it.
I'm going to go clean this up. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Allison. So, what are you going to work some Clay Canyon right now? What did you decide on?
No, this is some Hubei.
Oh,
that's pretty.
Yeah.
I love the black on that.
Yeah, it's very schisty, kind of like a schist. It doesn't always hold up super well. I have cut cab. If I leave them just a touch thicker than like a normal cab height, then I will. I don't necessarily have to back it.
But with this piece, I think it's fine. We'll go through it and see what happens. It'll be a bit smaller by the time it's done, and I got a lot of this. I would, you might say, why don't you just cut that off? It's just going to crumble off anyway. I won't be able to get 2 stones out of it.
Right on. And while Jahik was talking, Sierra Hounder shared that she was quietly working on a Viking weave chain. How cool. I would love to see that. You know how much we love Viking weave up in here. So definitely share if you have a chance. And Brian is saying, glad you're happy with your rocks, Allison. Yeah, I think that just darn near everybody that I've talked to, well, no, everybody that I've talked to that has any of the stuff from your claim is super, super excited about it.
Indeed.
And Tiger Eye, paper gift wrapping for girlfriend's family of 5 kiddos. I love hearing your voices. Thank you, beautiful souls. And oh wow, Jahik. Oh, that's great.
I might actually be able to do a high dome out of this one. Like a really high dome.
Yes,
Do it.
please.
Oh, I kind of wish I had time to dop it, but that'll be all right. We'll work through it.
What's Ryan working on?
Yeah, Ryan.
A little Montani.
Well, the outside rind of a Montana agate. Yeah, I got a bunch of this from Travis from 406 Bindings, and finding that the moss on some of them wasn't going all the way through, but some of the outsides were. So I just kind of trimmed up some of the outside and polished it.
That's good.
Thank you, Ryan.
Definitely harder than the picture jasper.
Oh man, it's got to be such a contrast going from one to the other. I can hear your wheels like crying a little.
I believe those are Jahiks.
Oh no, I mean that just because yeah.
Oh, from the agates. I see.
I'm hearing their heartbreak. I know.
If these rough wheels are being too loud, feel free to mute me. So I move on.
I think there's a certain amount of ambiance and charm to the fact that it sounds like we're working. Okay. So I don't think that is a bad thing.
It's kind of funny how some people sometimes it just rips through and blows my ears out, and then other times it's fun. Yeah. I have headphones in, so sometimes it's a lot.
It's really weird for me because I can't hear mine, but when you told me I had to mute, I believed you, but I can't actually hear it.
Right.
There was a few times where I would let up on the rock and it would still be playing, so I didn't think it was me.
Thank you, Brian. And I got wait. I think I just auto-corrected it in my head. And wait until you get your box, Karen. Julie picked out some really amazing pieces for you. You guys are really seriously wonderful, and I can't wait until I get that box. I seriously, after watching what Allison is doing and watching what Ma has accomplished and all the different material that has gone around the community from you guys, it's going to be such a pleasure to be working with a whole big box of it. I've got little smatterings here and there, but I'm just going to be pleased as punch opening that box.
Yeah, I know that even especially like with the mystery boxes, even though some of it was fractured, there's more than enough material that's in that box to make up for any of it. That may not be perfect.
Yeah, and this is an interesting kind of subject, I think, among lapidaries. As far as, sometimes I look at what people have cast off, and Jahik was just talking about this too, where sometimes one man's poison is another man's pleasure, and I've definitely noticed that sometimes when I see other lapidaries, and I'm not talking about ones in this room, but I'll go and I'll buy off cast slabs that have cuts out of them, in bins, and they're in like the like super bargain bin because they've already had a cut out of a slab or whatever. And I'm going like, how in the world did you not want all this other meat on this bone? It's tasty looking to me, and maybe they got something that they thought was what they wanted, but I'm always excited when I see how different people use the material that they have in a slab. I usually use all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just figured on mine that it's going to end up some of the smaller bits that came out is going to end up in the tumbler. And see what, as long as there's big enough chunks.
Yeah, there's a lovely solution right there that it goes into the tumbler, and then it becomes a usable gem in some other way, depending on some people just love their tumbles as like little hand stones, garden stones, whatever. Some people make wrapped jewelry out of them, and then other people drill them, and like the very small ones, you have nice chips to use for things like as beads, if you drill them out. And so I always think it's interesting. I think I come from a family of rock conservationists. Like we all love to use everything.
Frugal lapidary.
Definitely the frugal lapidary. I mean, even with material that I just have tons of, like graveyard points, I don't think I could ever use all that I have, and we still want to go back and get more, but I still use all of it. Like I don't cast away necessarily.
Yeah, I tend to break things down as I go into different bins. So as I grab a slab, if there's something I want that I want to chase out initially, I'll take that, and then start placing the smaller bits and things from my trimmings in, like, oh, can that still be a cab, or do I even want to work it? And I'll put that into another bin of things that I can pick up, chop, and go. And then the rest of it just end up in I've got 5-gallon buckets full of what I call like the tumble buckets, because it's just stuff that at some point I could just chuck a whole bunch of these scraps into a tumbler and just see what happens.
That's awesome. It's good to hear that part of your process. I think that having that kind of cue where you've cut something and you've got ones that you can still cut from and that are easy, like it's just going to take a little trim and you're on to the next cab or whatever, with these guys that weren't necessarily like the first run, like first string stones. And then for me, I make a lot of small cabs because I say on a pair of earrings, like I need 2 that are going to be what hold the earring to your earlobe if you've got a post. That doesn't have to be a super sexy cab. Like it might just be, like a little round or something like that. And so even the bits, like they all get, polished up so that I can't have enough small rounds for stuff like that, And so everybody gets a job. And it looks like Prairie Girl has some company. What's going on over there, guys?
Oh, Lava Bison's gonna do the next cut. He's camera shy though. Don't look.
Okay. We're not looking. Hi.
Okay. I'm gonna mute it so he can do that.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. And Melissa's assessing her beautiful progress. How's it going over there?
I have a meat point that isn't meeting, so I'm trying to see if I can get away with not going back at this and
You're
trying to
gonna
push.
be. Go ahead.
What? What?
I was gonna say you're gonna be so good at faceting when we start doing that because you're already meat pointing now.
Yeah, and it drives me nuts if they're not right in the middle. So
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't. I'm gonna have to go back at this, but this is my. I just really don't want to. If I can force it back where it belongs, and I don't think I'm gonna be successful.
Yeah, it might be for another day, another session.
Yeah, I mean, I could pop it back. I could get it right up there real quick if I just go back one disc, and I'll do that probably. But I'm getting close, actually. I might not have to. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Really, Sierra? That is so cool. Like, they're doing a Viking weave, and LOL, I learned it from watching you. No way. That's so cool. Well, I'm glad that that sort of thing happens. That if we put it out there, that everybody can benefit and work their magic with the different techniques that we share. And we have I'm gonna go ahead and switch over and yes, we keep our small little chips, says Julie. Still nice, could be earrings. And yes, exactly. Like all of the small chips do really, really well as earrings for sure. And I'm sorry, Ryan, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was just thanking James for his super chat.
Mary Rocksmith. Yay! Check this out. Thank you. We'll get this going. All right. Thank you so much, James. We really appreciate your support. And Rary Mocksmith here too. The moose is working, guys. No, seriously, thank you so much.
Oh crap! I couldn't even plug my light. Oh god! Now I gotta crawl under the table.
Aw. Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Uh-huh.
All right. I mean, that doesn't always happen like that.
No. It certainly doesn't. All right, you get back in
the Lava Bison says, find a rock down there while you're at it.
I don't think she can.
There's no rocks. Okay, that's not true. I dropped a tiny. I dropped a tiny little agate that Jeff gave me. I was doing the final cerium polish and it got flung and it bounced on my table where there's billions of rocks, and then I don't know where it went. It's either on the table or it's under the table. It's unclear, but at any rate, there's at least one rock under there.
Ugh.
Well, that took like seconds to fix and put it back together.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
It's pretty soft. I mean, I don't know what the hardness on this stuff, but I was surprised I wasn't able to push it back there on the 320, but I wasn't, so it's not too soft.
Oh man, sometimes you spend a whole bunch of time trying to like exact something on the wrong wheel, and you're like, why didn't I just switch?
Yeah, it's like you try to save yourself time and effort, but then you end up using more time and effort. Just go back to this and calm down.
Yeah, exactly. And it's mental. like you were
Yeah.
saying, you know, I just don't want to see that disc again.
Yeah, and that literally
Not
took
doing it.
not even 30 seconds. So
You know,
I've been there. Go ahead.
I'll do that on my wheels as well, even though I have the convenience of just jumping
yeah,
back. When I
even though
was
you could
working
like
on that,
walk over 2 feet.
yeah, when I was working on that copper piece, there was just like a couple little specks of, not really scratches, just kind of like a rougher bit from a flatter spot right in the center of it. And I just kept it on my 600 wheel and just kept forcing it out instead of just dropping back.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what it is about our brains that makes us do that, but
Well,
they
for
do.
me, it was more of like, I knew I could get it. Like first, I didn't know at the very first moment, I didn't know, but I just started pushing on it and just kind of testing to see if I could do it. And once I realized it was taking them out, I was like, oh, well, there's no point in jumping back. I mean, it was a little more of like a thought process to it than just being stubborn, but I'll do that quite a bit with softer materials because going back to like the 280, it can be so aggressive on them
oh yeah.
that it can sometimes create more issues than just the issue that I'm trying to deal with. So I'll just force it out on 600 or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Wow, that's pretty quiet for a noisy bunch.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amazed. It only
I was
takes
just
us a couple hours for that.
I was looking down at my bucket and almost got through a 5-gallon bucket of water.
Oh wow.
Must be running a little heavy today.
At least it's not frozen.
Right? Oh, we should have a drop tank from you. It would be amazing. Karen, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I'm sawing through some heavy gauge copper. I think it's 16. It's either 16 or 14. And so, me bring this up here. See? So jewelry saw. I guess I could change so that I'm big for that.
Yeah, make you big.
I'm resistant to making myself big. Here's the jewelry saw and the gauge of copper that I'm working on right now, and I'm cutting a big whack of it off. This is kind of like you know, filleting the fish or cutting a large whack off of the noose or something like that, and so I'm cutting the base metal, and then I'm going to stick it through the mill, which is actually that way over there. Probably with some hydrangea blossoms added, and do a little jobby on this stuff.
That'd be fun to watch.
Oh, my camera died, and so I the phone camera.
Oh,
so
right.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring you along, but I will if I can. How's that?
Okay. Okay.
Right. Great. And back to you, Ryan. And wait, Jahik, tried to scurry away. I'm sorry. You can't. You have to be here too.
Yeah, sorry about that. There was an emergency alert on my phone, and for some reason, I lost all audio and video on my end.
Wow, weird.
Wow, what was the alert?
Child abduction.
Oh, bummer.
Bummer.
It's crazy that happens as far as shutting down the other things that your camera, or rather your phone, was busy doing. I mean, I would get it if it was like a fire, or like something that might be at your doorstep.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty important thing to make people aware of.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah!
Doesn't apply to me since I'm in my shop. But
Did you check really quick to make sure there are no children in your buckets?
are there any children here?
I mean, as a child, I would have been very attracted to your buckets and might have gone missing in your studio.
That's fair.
Oh my gosh, Tiger Eye! Oh, no way! Oh, thank you so much, legendary! Woo! And she says, "Thank you. All we need is rocks. Rock love is all we need." Oh, I think we were supposed to sing that. I'd let Allison sing if she wanted to. Or Brian, we could get Brian back in here to sing.
There you go.
We find out that he actually is a good singer.
Did Brian leave?
Brian and Julie checked out a while back. Although I think that they're lurking in the chat, probably playing with the new rocks that they just found. There is no Brian, says Brian.
All right. Let's see what we accomplished here.
Yeah, Julie, are you still working on videos? And did you get any sleep last night?
I'll bet you the answer is yes, still working on videos because it's an eternal thing, and maybe no, because videos are an eternal, like editing is an eternal thing, I think.
Oh, she got lots of sleep last night.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad I'm wrong. And Brian says, and thanks again, Tiger Eye. You are a legend. Thank you so much. Love you so much. And so AZ got sleep. Julie got sleep. And Brian says, I did sing that in my head when I read it, though. See, I got started and wasn't thinking melody until it was way too late. Oh boy.
Where did I put my things?
Where did you put your things?
No idea.
Oh, look at that. That is so busy.
Okay.
Look at that yellow.
Oh, there's thing.
Found thing good. That's like Persian rug busy. You know what I mean? Like that's just so full.
I'm surprised that this part isn't more translucent this time, because it really was last time. But yeah, Persian rug pretty, yeah, for real.
Wow.
A little bit down there in the corner, but
that's lovely.
Sorry, that was bright.
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. You guys are getting the killer cuts on tonight.
Yeah, we are. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, that's that. I love that stuff. That is just beyond pretty. That little
it is
fort in the middle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is a perfect example. Like somebody might have that. Oh gosh, even the other side. Come on now. Somebody might choose one of those things that are really standout to make the cab out of, and like just shuck the rest of it. And you're going like, no. It's all good.
It is all good. I mean, you could get a couple cabs or several cabs out of that. And it's nice and meaty. It's good and chunky.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
So,
It's kind of like getting the ice cream that has the bubble gum in it. I don't know if y'all used to do that when you were little, and just
Yep.
eating the bubble gum out of it and not eating the ice cream.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Oh, it reminds
that is
Kara
really
Hounder of a
fun.
Play-Doh machine. Yeah, right?
It's also getting to do just a teeny tiny little wink of that like white onyx in there.
Oh, nice.
And I can see that quite a bit on the piece that's still in the saw. So
don't you love how they change? Like they
Yeah,
are
yeah.
so moody. Like you're like, oh, who are you next?
Right, you're like, I wonder if this will continue or if that will open up or this will change or yeah, too much fun. Man, it's got some just stunning clear stuff right in the middle of it. And
Julie says super tight moss.
it is very pretty.
Super tight. It's kind of like
Wonder
a super fast jellyfish.
if we wet it, is it even better? Tis.
Oh, yeah. Tis.
Sure is. Look at
Oh
all the
my
color in there now. Peaches and all kinds of pretty colors. Let's do the other side wet. I'm surprised
Can we
Brian
handle
hasn't
it?
been screaming through the screen. Wet it!
Oh yeah. Oh
Very
my gosh,
cool.
that's a very good side.
Love that little
Cab
bit
it.
floating in the blue.
Cab everything.
Yes. Cut it and tumble it. Awesome. I think there's one left on there too. We'll probably do that one more and maybe be done for the evening. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, muting.
Oh,
Cutting.
Okie dokie. Cutting and muting. Oh, and this is good timing because Ryan is assessing that globule of gorgeousness that is Hard Rock Montana agate.
A few little imperfections in it, and I, some of it I probably ground a little bit of the moss out of some of the areas, but pretty good.
Looking
I'll
good.
probably have a bunch of these at when I get either a cerium or some other wheel set up on one of the machines. I'll probably take them back through and do a final polish on them sometime
Nice.
in the future.
Although that Montana agate is so hard that it's super shiny right away.
Yeah.
Like it almost doesn't need it.
Yeah. Probably a little small there, depending on your thing. Is a little pitted on the sides, but that's under girdle, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, nice job. And Jahik, did you have stuff that you were going to show us because it looks like we're in Magnavision?
Yeah, I just finished this cab, so just show it real quick. And then I'll probably be calling it a night. My headphones died, and without them, I can't hear you guys, so.
Oh.
No.
Well, this is your chance, Melissa, to heckle him.
I think I see a scratch.
Oh.
Oh, yeah?
Right out the gate. No, that's beautiful.
Care to point out the location?
Yeah, I'll
Show
get
the
you a
receipts,
screenshot.
Melissa.
Yeah, I'll screenshot it. I'll circle it and I'll DM it to you.
It's going down.
So I did a little bit higher dome on this one than normal, just because the material was good high up. So
yeah,
pretty cool little egg.
I'm glad that you got the big fatty.
Oh, there's a scratch.
Uh-huh. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool material.
Very cool.
I love
Beautiful.
the little blooms that come out in this stuff.
Yeah, the hube is nice. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been a total pleasure. Thank you for sharing all those gorgeous stones with us.
Oh yeah. Glad to have you guys along for the ride. 4 finished stones tonight. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I should say. Awesome. Well, we'll have to do it again soon, and I'm sure we'll be chatting. But happy solstice to you, and
To you.
happy holidays. Yeah.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
And we'll switch it over here to Ryan, who looks like he's shaping another new stone.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, I muted myself.
Your dropstick fall off?
Yeah, it's
Oh, no.
the wood ones sometimes don't work well when they get wet.
Yeah.
And I think it's been sitting out here in the shed through 3 cycles, so I think
Right. It popped itself loose.
so I think the resin was a little cold.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey Karen, how much longer are you going to be living it?
That is a great question.
I
We
don't have
are
a
about
clock in front of me, so I don't know how close it is. 7:30.
Yeah, we are about 10 minutes away from that witching hour, which actually would be a good time to wrap it up. So that everybody can go and get their hydration and food on and all that kind of good stuff. I think that Kyle was even talking, he was threatening about maybe even coming back on. And
Right.
so he might pick up where we left off. So if anybody who is hanging out in the chat has any questions for any of us, definitely let us know. And we can close on anything that you needed to ask Ryan about pro golf, or Melissa about being a cheer person. Oh my gosh, Kid Curry, that's hilarious. Oh, I didn't even think you could hear that. I thought I heard a dog panting, but it was Karen sawing. Karen's breathing hard over here, guys. Yeah. I actually broke a saw blade, but you guys didn't get to see it because I was off camera, but I did get my piece cut from the sheet. And so I'm going to mill this from being a fat and lovely about 16 gauge. I think it's either 14 or 16, can't remember. But I'm going to take it down to about 18 to 20, and it'll become earring backs for the petrified wood that I was just getting ready
Nice.
with the bezels. Yeah. And so you guys will hopefully see what madness happened with that here. I'll probably finish them tonight. It's still early yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are still going to be working, we could always take this party over to the. Yeah. Did you? Are you feeling that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed at all, because I'm gonna be up working for quite some time. Aw, the dog was too close to the wood stove, needs a drink. Yeah, I'll give him a drink of my moose. That's what I'm gonna do. Sorry. What were you gonna say, Ma?
I have no idea. I think I just said I was down to go Discord and hang out. That sounds
Sweet.
fun.
Yeah, it does. Like the just a shift in the party, really. And those of you who are watching, I would imagine most of you probably do belong to the Rockhound Roundtable Discord. And if you don't, I can post a link up here in the chat if you would like one. Come one, come all. It's just a rock nerd hangout, and there is a lounge there where we do lives there as well. Kind of like this, but I'm sort of hosting this, and the other one is just a free for all.
Free for all.
Yeah, which is actually pretty darn cool. I kind of wish this was a little bit more like that, but you know, platforms have their limitations. Like Ryan has talked about how the suppression on the audio is so much nicer over there on the Discord, which is true.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't hear any of the grinding at all.
No, it's just our pretty voices.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I forget when I'm on here that that's not happening, you know?
Right. Yeah, I would have never known that my sawing sounded like a panting dog. I'm gonna have to review that later. Like how creepy, you know? Like what is that even? You know, like all of a sudden people are just leaving. Like, whoa, I feel uncomfortable with whatever
Yeah.
is going on.
Who's
You know,
heavy
this
breathing
is
in the background?
cosplay here. Huh?
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. And Sierra, you might need to refresh your feed. You might be a little bit behind in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll be working, but I can definitely hang out Discord for a little bit.
That would be great.
You're gonna be like Rufo, Karen, where you're eating dinner with the husband, but you got the Discord feed hiding underneath the napkin.
No, that is funny though. You know that's what's going on. I actually don't have Discord on my phone, and so yeah, like some of the stuff that I do isn't there, so that I don't have it go with me everywhere.
Yeah.
For just exactly that reason. I got to leave some stuff behind. And so yeah, I have to be down here in the studio in order to do the Discord, which is good discipline. One of these days I'm gonna cave in though, and I'll put it, you know, probably the next time I travel or something like that. I'll be like, I can't go without you guys for that long.
Right. Yeah, that's a good reason to do it though. Like, yeah, if you're gonna be gone for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it's also good to take a break, but we miss you when you're gone.
Yeah, I miss everybody too. And it's not like, you know, I'm usually pretty good about like not having it happening when it's not a good idea. I can put my stuff down. All right. And we have Allison grinning like she just ate a canary.
Isn't
Really
that
pretty
obvious?
canary.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Real pretty
I could see in that last little piece just a tiny little like peekaboo of the white onyx right in the middle.
Oh yeah, yeah, beautiful.
And it went, you know, it's there. But in the last piece, it's there too, and it's real pretty. Fresh out of the saw.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh. And look at how pretty that new oil is.
Yeah, right.
So clear and glistening.
Right? You could almost use it just to highlight the colors and the features of the rock.
Yeah, just gorgeous.
Turn it back around.
I need to learn to figure out which ones are going to dirty my oil so I don't use it right away after I change it.
Right? Yeah. Oh gosh, those are just fantastic. And Kyle is requesting 10 more hours.
Kyle.
And flexing after that down here. Yeah, I did 11 or 12 hours a couple times.
And Karen Blind Squirrel Rocks would like the Discord link.
Oh, okay, definitely. I'm on it. Thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
I can read, but not everything.
So we got three slices and 2 ends off of that rock. and 2 slices, 2 ends off of this little guy that we did earlier in the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet bot.
Hey,
Yeah, sweet
and
butthole.
Allison is live in 30 minutes, huh?
I am. I had an incident at work today which provoked me to go live later.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, sounds like we have plenty of socian to do. Fantastic.
Yeah, I have to. I have no choice. My
All
hands
right.
are tied.
Is that a members only?
It is a members only, yeah, because I don't want anybody to think I'm picking on anybody when I point out your meteor wrongs and stuff. But the best thing I can do is use something that awful as a learning tool, a teaching tool. That is the only way I can take a negative and turn it into a positive. So that's what we're gonna do later.
That's all good. I was just mentioning that just in case anybody that wasn't a member was looking for it.
Yeah.
Become a
You're
member.
not a member.
Yeah, or
And
become a
you
member.
don't get burned.
How thick do you run your slabs, Allison? Was asked by Jahik.
It depends. I go between. This is not scientific in any way. I go between 3 turns and 4 turns on the saw. That might have accidentally been a little more than 4, but I think that was 3, 4.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That one that's got meat, that might even make 2. Like just depending on how thin, like earring pairs out of the thick one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So however many,
with mine I got to do 1 extra one just to make up for the width of the blade.
Yeah, just the curve. For the curve of the blade. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I'm not scientific about it at all. I'm like, 3 slices makes an okay slice, something you can pass light through. 4 is something that'll be good and chunky in the tumbler. So 3 usually will tumble too. That'll usually make it if it's a good hard material.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then if there's no point in getting it thin because it's not translucent at all, then you might as well just cut it 4. Those are kind of my theories and rules. Like I say, it's not scientific at all.
Yeah. So Allison, 2 questions. So is the members only live going to start right around 8 o'clock then? Is that what you were?
Your time? Yes.
Yeah, 9 o'clock for you guys.
Yep.
And then about how long do you think you'd be going?
Not very long.
Okay, so what we can do, because it would probably make the most sense for everybody to go check out Allison's live, and then we can go into the Discord after your live.
That's perfect.
I think we have like 6 or 8 rocks to look at is all, and it's going to be super obvious to some of you guys. So
if we've been good students of Allison,
period. As rock hounds, you guys are going to know better. So I want to do a live on that because I want to hear your guys' input and reactions and guesses and no wrong answers. So I want to hear what you guys have to say as well. So.
I already got my dunce hat on.
Jahik's like, oh goodness, a Discord live too.
Yes, and then we'll jump on over to the Discord.
Right, and then Kyle's going to go live for another 12 hours, right, Kyle?
Kyle's next. Can't play with rats all day if you don't get started in the morning, Kyle.
Right? And he said he wants to try a members only live, so this is the time, strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
And Jahik says that your slices look like about a 1/4 inch.
Have I got a measuring device?
Got a caliper there.
She's gonna get her calipers.
I mean, this is not a super spectacular measuring device, but let's go ahead and use it anyway. Let's see. The 1 and the slab. So, yeah.
A little over 1/4 inch.
A little bit over.
That's pretty darn good, like being able to judge that size on.
Yeah. Yeah, from
video.
afar, way to
So,
go.
yeah, that's pretty darn good. Yeah.
I had mentioned earlier that I have an incredible sense of direction. You, my fine sir, have an incredible sense of scale, of size.
Bravo for your superhero strengths, guys.
For sure. That's your superpower.
Right? That's a fun one. You know, the next time we get all together, we'll have to ask what our superhero strengths are.
Right.
Our superpowers. Yeah. And maybe have the chat guess first, because that should be a good time.
I have a really weird sense of time too. Like I can guess the time like to the minute. Like I'll guess, I'll be like, it's like, oh, 4:02 or whatever the time is, and you'll pull your phone out to check and it'll switch immediately from 4:01 to 4:02, and people are like, whoa, how'd you do that?
Wow. She's got Swiss timing.
Exactly, yeah. And that way's north.
Oh my gosh. I used to hang out with somebody, a hiking buddy. He used to say they had iron in their nose because they seem to like always know like the direction exactly, even inside. And I'm like, how do you even do that? Oh, I've got iron in my nose. And like for a while, I kind of like believed him.
Yeah. Even inside, I've got a pretty good sense of direction too.
Oh, that's awesome.
When I was growing up, even though the sun came from that rose in the one direction, I always thought one direction from the house was north. And it's, so the sun came up in the north.
Oh no.
I mean, hey.
That'll get you out of balance. What?
Yeah, GPS has helped me immensely.
That
Opal guy says Allison is the Time Lord.
It's creepy sometimes. Like, well, the last time I looked at a clock was hours ago. I just assumed that's about what time it was.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Well, this thing has a little buggy hole in there, so I'm going to stop here because my hands are all a little wrinkly.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I got to put this on because it looks like you're a gecko. Like, those like gecko fingers.
I wondered how pruny these water critters were getting at 3 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah. I think you need to deprune.
Similar to my fingers. My fingers and feet, they're all pretty soft. I had cousins that could like run around on sharp rocks without shoes growing up. I can't even walk out on my asphalt without my feet hurting. Similar with my fingers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and I'm one of those people that have moccasins for like feet. Like I'm barefoot, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll walk across the hot asphalt or the beach or anything. And I like running without shoes on. Actually, I prefer running the beach without shoes. And, we'll go 4 miles or whatever. You just no shoes. It's fantastic. So Jahik's superpower is I can use my eyes and fingers to measure steel between 1/8 inch to 1 1/4 inch. Wow, caliper fingers. That's pretty impressive.
And ice.
Yeah.
And ice.
Yes.
All right. So, but can you heft carrot weight? How good are you at that? So, can you feel how many carrots a thing is? Pretty impressive.
I've seen some people pretty good at that too. That's not me, but I've seen that. They can guess the weight to like.
Oh yeah, like at gem show, you see dudes like they'll like pick up a dozen gems in their hand and be like, yeah, this is this, and you're just like, oh okay, I'm so out of my league. Like I need to leave.
They drop it on the scale and they're like within 0.02 of accuracy. It's like second digit accuracy after the decimal. You're like, no.
Precisely. As as Allison tells them exactly what time it is, and your mind is completely blown. And they tell you exactly what's in your bank account somehow, and that you can't afford it.
Then you know.
Then I know. Yeah, it's time for me to go. Allison just said so. All right. So Jahik also, I guess so. I guess that one faceted opal you had is guess the weight. And so no. All right. Yeah, I like, did I do that or did somebody else have the guess the opal weight? I know it must have been me. I think I did that. And yeah, we had some people super duper close though. On the
Patrick
it
was
was
closest. And
yeah,
I thought his was ridiculous. It turns out mine was ridiculous.
it turns out mine was ridiculous. Like I had overshot what the Great Pumpkin was as well. So
Yeah. Just looked like a big beefy boy, but I forget that opal weighs so much less.
Exactly. It feels like when you're hefting it, it feels like plastic. You're like, why aren't you heavier? You know, and you have a piece of sunstone or, you know, gosh, like a really beefy stone, like a sapphire or a ruby or something like that. And it's just like dead weight, you know, it's like clonk. Yeah. And so they are so different. So you know what, guys? I think that we should probably wrap it up and clear the airwaves for Allison. She'll be on in about 20 minutes. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all y'all for hanging out. So Allison and Ma and Jahik and Ryan and
Karen.
Oh, thank you. Julie and Brian and Rufotris for all coming on, and everybody here in the chat. You guys have been awesome, and I know a bunch of you have been here the whole time. You guys should all get superhero powers as well for that. So we'll see you over at Allison's in 20 minutes. Be a member, and then we'll probably be hanging out in the Discord after that. And remember, it's solstice, you guys. So every single day from here on out is brighter. Gotta love that. Yep. So
unless you live in Illinois, and then it's going to be overcast till about March. So
yeah, but at least the days are going to be longer. I mean, we have the same thing happens in Oregon, but this is the shortest, darkest day, and they all get brighter from here on out. And so
unless it's 20 below, it's one upside down.
Ryan's like,
below zero weather is we might actually see the sun.
Yeah.
All right. I'm hoping that you get brighter days too, Ryan, seriously, so that everything thaws out and that your fingers become normal again. And like I said, we thank you all for hanging out. We will bid you adieu now, but we will see you very soon. We'll probably even have more of this live streaming craziness happen sometime tomorrow. I think that Kyle was saying that he wanted to go live, and we have Arizona Rock Hounding also going live always at 5 o'clock Western time and 6 o'clock their time over there. And so watch Arizona Rock Hounding Expeditions, and then we might even like slide in live after that. And so just keep an eye out for that. We love you. Again, cheers to you. Happy solstice.
Thanks, everybody.
And we will see you on the flip side. Thank you, Ma. Cheers to you. Bye.